Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into yet another Washington Commanders live stream. I have some special guests with me today as we're going to be talking about Terry McLaurin's injury, Sam Howell potentially being preseason MVP, and much more about the Commanders. Let's get straight to it.
After 20 years, we back no more Snyder, more McLaurin, one forward with the passion, we scoring. FedEx field back lit, no it is not boring. John Allen lead the troops, we storming. Burgundy and gold in my veins, I bleed that. St. Jude saw the ball, grab a pig, I need that.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders live stream. In today's live stream, I have a special guest with me. Well, a couple, and they'll be here any minute. But I have Tim Sports Talk joining the show tonight. How you doing, Tim? I appreciate you for coming on.
Not too bad. I'm just sharing the link here on my Discord and the support. But boom, there's that. What is up, everybody? Tim from the Tim Sports Talk here, and excited to talk some Skins or Commander, sorry. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun. And it was a heck of a game the other night. A heck of a game.
Don't ever feel sorry for saying Skins on this channel. I never have a problem with you referring to them as the Skins. It's fine. I see you still rocking the Skins gear, so it's totally fine.
I ain't getting rid of it. I'll tell you that right now. And I don't have money like that right now to buy a bunch of new gear. So
right. So got my other special guest coming in here with me. His tag, I am him for real. Got the corner. The host of the corner, I should say.
Hey, Jared, sure. We're getting we can hear ourselves.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Let him fix himself. But got the corner coming on with me. Yeah. Also, the host of the corner, I should say. And then we got Protect coming on here a little bit later. So it's going to be a jam-packed show, man. We got a lot of positive stuff to talk about. Got some negatives to talk about. And we're going to start. I think we will start with the most obvious and the most talked about thing around town, and that is poor Terry McLaurin got hurt. And why him out of all players? I tried to talk to the injury reaper before the season started. He told me if I did a video where I commented good things about the rest of the division, we would be good. I did it, and he lied to me because our best player is hurt right now. And I'll be honest with you, Tim. When I saw that, I was just like, at first I was like, no, not Terry. But I mean, I thought it was an ankle at first. I'm like, okay, probably a little ankle sprain. He'll be good. But then when I heard that it was his big toe, I don't know how you felt about it or how you thought about it. But for me personally, I immediately went back to that 2020 Antonio Gibson season. And I knew that, like, he was never the same. Now, the difference between him was we were already deep into, like, a season when he suffered that injury. I think it was the Steelers game he suffered it, or maybe a couple weeks prior he suffered that injury. Difference is we were still kind of in the preseason, so Terry is a little fresh in a sense, so maybe it could be a little bit different, but that's how I thought about it. And I knew turf toe is something that's serious and that can linger. So I want to quickly get your thoughts on your initial reaction to the Terry McLaurin injury, and how do you feel like that will play out?
Yeah, I went back to Jordan Reed in my head of just like he had a toe that just would not go away with the problem, and that was horrible to see all the time. But I don't know, for some reason I'm optimistic about it. I just don't feel as though this is going to be a real tragedy for Terry McLaurin. I think he will be back. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how bad it is or whatnot. But for some reason, I have an inner peace about it that I don't think it's going to be as bad as some people are anticipating it to be. Maybe it's because I just believe Terry McLaurin is going to do all the right things to make sure his body's right and get to the best possible health he can get for the games. And I don't think he's going to miss any time, and if he does miss a game or two, it's not going to be a significant amount of time. So that's just where I'm at and how I feel about the injuries. But of course, once you see him like throwing his glove or whatever it was, and he's upset, and you're just like, oh no, what is it going to be? But he's walking on his own accord, and you're thinking, it can't be that bad. But then I think of Darius Geis, where he walked off the field on his own power, and it turns out to be an ACL tear, gone for the year. But I don't know. I'm okay. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, and to that Darius Geis press point, he not only did he walk under his own power off the field, he had a press conference where he said, "Yeah, I'm good," and then it turns out that he has a torn ACL. So I mean, I definitely have some sort of, like, I'm not like overreacting, but I'm more so concerned about this being a lingering issue because I felt like personally this was going to be a huge year for Terry McLaurin, and I think maybe this is something that can affect that from potentially happening. However, I'll then get to why I'm kind of more at my peace once Jairus goes. So, Jairus, take it away. Your initial
I'm
reaction to
good.
when you saw it. You should be. Say it again. Talk again.
I'm good.
Yeah, you should be good. No more echoing. All right.
All
All right,
right.
Jairus, talk to me, man. Talk to me. How were you feeling? Your initial reaction to when you saw Terry McLaurin go down
What
and
was
then down?
crazy? I was actually I was like in like whatever you want to call that thing where you like you're not actually not inside the actual football stadium, whatever, like out directly outside. I didn't know that we had got the ball back. I'm thinking it's halftime, so I'm out there talking to Protect, and Protect told me, "Oh, Terry sprained his ankle." I'm like, "Sprained his ankle? How?" So I was like, "All right, hopefully it ain't too bad." Because that's the one thing I don't want to know. Life without Terry, what is that like? So I was like, all right, it's probably not nothing crazy. And then they say it's the toe. I'm like, we got 3 weeks before the season. We don't need him in the against the Cardinals. So I'm like, really, can you sit against the Cardinals? Like, we don't need it. That's another preseason game. So I'm like, we don't need against the Cardinals. That's fine with me. Because we got a late bye. So if anything, extra rest is best. That's the way I see it, if anything.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot you did go to the game, so you're a good person to talk to because you got to see everything from starters, from Wild Goose looking trash. When I for some reason I always like had this potential that I saw in Wild Goose, but I think that's done. I don't know if he can bounce back from that, but yeah, man. I mean, the reason why I'm kind of at a peace is because as y'all seen, once Terry went down, unlike years past where we were literally suffering. I mean, we were relying on Dontrell Inman and love Cam Sims, but we know he couldn't step up into no big role, or Steven Sims and stuff like that. Jahan Dawson, say what you want about the Jahan Dawson pick and how we feel about it. He kind of took over in that sense, took over the wide receiver one role in the absence of Terry McLaurin. And I said this myself, and I firmly believe this, that him and Sam Howell may end up having a better rapport than him and Terry McLaurin, which is not bad at all. But I have that sense of comfortability because we don't have to. When you say we don't have to rush them back because we're playing the Cardinals week 1, we should blow them out regardless of who's playing, or if Terry's playing or not. But also the amount of weapons that we have around outside of Terry McLaurin. This is no longer 2020. This is no longer 2019. We have players around him to where we can allow guys like Terry McLaurin to rest. But more specifically, I want Tim to pick up where I leave off here. Jahan Dawson, I'm comfortable with him having to be that pseudo one until Terry comes back. Are you as comfortable with that as me, or is it a little bit still concerning as far as I'm taking over that role for if he has to? Let's say with that. You're muted.
Sorry, I was typing earlier. But no, I think overall our receiving group is really good, especially if Curtis can stay healthy. You have Jahan, who's a great route runner. I know everybody was arguing that seems to think I don't think that, but obviously he can easily get open. And B-Rob and Gibby out of the backfield. And some of these other receivers down the list are not that bad since we've seen. I mean, Byron Pringle has played pretty well. If you want Allen in a slot, or Marcus Kemp is a big body guy that can go up and go get it. I mean, we'll see who actually ends up making the squad. But I'm obviously I want Terry, and I think we're going to be our best with Terry. But if we need one game without him, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If we need to go a season without him, then that's a whole different problem. But one game I can live with.
And same question to you, Jairus. What is your comfortability with? Let's say Jahan has to be that number one receiver for 1 or maybe 2 games while Terry's getting 100% healthy. I think. Go ahead.
Week 1, I mean, I could be a number 1 receiver. That's not hard. It's the Cardinals. They have literally nobody. You clearly can see they're tanking with Isaiah Simmons leaving. That's evident. They're just tanking. And then we don't know what Buda Baker, he might get traded before the year. So we know they're tanking. But if week 2 comes about, the thing with Jahan is this. He struggled against high-end talent, high-end twos, low-end ones, mid-level ones, high-end ones. Anything above that, he can't do nothing with. Anything below high-end two, he can cook. If we have to go without Terry against the Broncos, he has Pret Sertan, and they're not going to double him. It's just going to be you mano a mano. I would like to see that, to see if he took the next step. I would like to see that. That'll be something interesting. Because if he can get off at Pet Sertan, okay, we taking the right steps now. But if he can't, we still don't need him to be Terry. Because we have Diami, Gibby, Curtis.
Diami's the other guy for mention, yeah.
They're going to do it as a collective until Terry gets back. That's what's going to happen. They're going to do it as a collective.
Yeah, and another point that I also want to add on top of that is this isn't Scott Turner anymore. This is a guy that actually has a brain. So although we're not going to have Terry McLaurin, he's going to find ways to scheme his offense in the proper matter. So I'm comfortable without Terry. I mean, not get it twisted though. We need Terry McLaurin. He's the best player on this team. I don't want to get it twisted here, but I think if it comes down to a situation where Terry's like, hey, I'm 80%, feeling good, then he can sit out week 1, maybe week 2. I think, honestly, he doesn't practice. He obviously hasn't practiced this week, and nobody's going to practice next week. I personally don't even think he needs to practice the week of the Cardinals game until maybe a walkthrough on Friday or Saturday. Probably not even that. I would just put him out there 10 a.m. On Sunday, let him do a little practice, workout and make him be a GTD game time decision. I think we'll be good. I think, honestly speaking, I have us starting off 2-0. So if he has to miss the first 2 games, could you imagine like that week of anticipation headed up to Terry's debut versus the Bills? That game's going to be big in itself if we do in fact start off 2-0. So again, I'm not stressing. I'm kind of having at peace like Tim is with this situation. Not really over concerning. I feel like the national media is making a bigger deal than what we are, because Adam Schefter came out with a tweet earlier and was like, in the beginning of his thing, he says Terry McLaurin is uncertain for week 1, but then he later says it's still too early to tell. So, like, which one is it? How are you going to say he's uncertain, but then still too early?
I heard Ron say something like he's going to get him out on the field sometime next week. I don't know if that's what he meant or he was meaning like he's going to – I don't know what he meant by that. I was kind of like, how is he going to be out on the field next week? So I don't know. Maybe this Ron was just, I don't know. I didn't understand that. Yeah, but if he is going to be out there next week, that's interesting to see how day 1 goes.
Yeah, look, Ron's too nervous to go into detail about stuff anymore, man. They gonna get on him, man. And he might slip up and say something again, and it's gonna be this whole world fight.
We don't know how serious it is, to be honest. We really don't.
I mean, he looked pretty. I think maybe it was more of a pain thing too, but then I also felt like Terry, the competitor, wanted to also finish that drive, so that's probably could have been why he was also more frustrated too. Like you said, though, who really knows? Now, all right, let's transition into. I wanted to ask you guys this. I've been making videos all week about it, but people are really mad at the Washington Commanders fans for reacting. Tim, apparently we won our Super Bowl in August. I'm gonna give my take on it. I'm gonna let both of you guys go. This is really showing me and proving my point more that these guys, these national media guys, don't know what they're talking about. I would much rather listen to Tim, Juris, Protect, Louis T, Street Scores, Ed Oliver, Pedro more than these national guys, because they don't know what they're talking about. Us as fans, we were not, and let me know if I'm wrong here, we weren't celebrating because we won a preseason game. We were celebrating because of the trajectory that this franchise is headed into. That's my reason why, at least I was celebrating or whatever, because, I mean, let's keep it a buck, though. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to break this streak. Once I saw Mark Andrews do that to Danny Johnson and Cody Barton not do nothing about it, I wanted to beat them, okay? But then as the game went on, I'm like, all right, C-Rod fumbled or whatever. All right, it was cool. It was a good attempt. But tell me, once you saw Jake Fromm get out there and actually take us down the field, I'm rooting like it's a regular season game, and I was getting a little nervous down the end. You know, I was like, come on, Joey, this is your time. We got to talk about Cam Cheeseman, fellas, too, because little concerned about him right now. But I was rooting like crazy going down the stretch, and then when he made it, we went crazy. But again, like I said, it's more of the trajectory that we're headed and the way this franchise is coming from. We're coming from out of the ground. So that's why we were celebrating. I feel like the national media doesn't get that because, again, they don't do their research. So, Tim, take it away. How do you feel about that statement? And just
it was all in fun. Of course, this was not the Super Bowl. We didn't win. But, like, are we really going to pretend that the national media wasn't talking about the 24-game win streak for the last 7 years or whatever it's been? Every time, oh, it's a 12-game win streak, it's a 15-game win streak, it's a 10 or whatever, it's a win streak over and over and over again. You hear about it, and then it got ended. Oh, what happened?
Oh, nothing. I just saw that. I don't know if y'all watched wrestling before, but Bray Wyatt passed away. I used to watch wrestling a lot when he was wrestling, so
I'm not familiar. Anyway,
yeah, no,
R.I.P. R.I.P. All right, that's very sad. But anyway, no, it was just a blast, and it was. They were sending the house, and it was Jake Fromm that ended the streak of all people. Jake Fromm. And was I nervous? No, I didn't care. Like, it wasn't like I was. If we lost, I'm going to sit here and be like, oh, we suck again. You know, whatever the meme. It was a preseason game that we were having fun, and it was a blast, and we won. And, of course, since we won, all the Ravens fans and everybody else are going to be like, oh, who really cares about the preseason? Even though all of them cared, 3 days ago about their win streak. All of them cared about it. They were the best preseason, one of the deepest teams in the league because they kept winning preseason games. And anyway, it was fun to take them down. And even with Joey Sly getting iced by his own coach, except I did hear apparently that the clock was going down. I don't know. I have to go back and look at that. Somebody said that in my comments. But anyway, it was just it was fun, and that's the extent of it. It wasn't. We didn't win anything that means anything. Like I said after that nice first half by Sam Howell, I said I was lukewarm. They had mostly backups playing. He had moments where he that took the sack. There was times where it seemed like he wasn't really knowing exactly where to go. It's fine. It was obviously overall a really good game, but even Sam Howell felt the same way. He was like, I think we did some good things. I think there was things that we definitely need to improve. It was kind of a meh game overall for him. And so I came away with it not like, oh my gosh, we're going to the playoffs, we're going to the Super Bowl, we're doing this, we're doing that. It was just an fun game to beat the team that cared the most about preseason up until 2 days ago or 3 days ago. They cared the most about preseason.
Yeah, of course they cared the most. They had they had a win streak that lasted almost like a decade, bro. But now, again, like you said, now that we won, it's not that big of a deal. Jarvis, take it away, man. How do you feel about this whole ruckus?
I mean, I don't care about these people on television. They don't know what they talk about. All they do is run their mouth all day, every day. They get paid to lie, basically, and paint narratives. For me, I'm happy that we ended a streak because Sam Cosmi said he was going to end the streak. 1, 2. That was my first game I ever went to, and that place was loud. Mm-hmm. And you can tell how everybody just came together. It's different. And that's why everybody's celebrating because, one, everyone believes in Howell, well, the majority. Everyone believes we finally got a QB. Dan is out, and then you see these boys and what we could potentially be this year. That's where it's coming from. And how EB, the offense look how it's supposed to look. Everybody touches it. Diami gets some, Curtis gets some, Terry gets some, Jahan gets some, Gibby gets some, Brian Robinson gets some. Everybody gets a spread of that wealth. You know, and it's great to watch. So these little media people, forget them. We 2-0. We looking to go 3-0.
Yeah, definitely. And again, like I said, it's just preseason, but call me crazy. This is something that a team like ours can build on into the regular season.
They believe.
this is a win, even though in the grand scheme of things it doesn't matter. This is something that, again, like I said, we can carry on, and then you look back later down the line, and we're sitting in prime position to make the playoffs, and you're like, why, how did this happen, or how did this start? I wouldn't be surprised if the players came out and said, "Hey, man, after the Ravens game, that's when it clicked." Even though it's preseason, this is something that can build that camaraderie.
And what crazy is, everything's vanilla. That's what makes it that much more exciting. We ain't even in the playbook. And that's what makes it so exciting. We ain't even cook up nothing yet. We ain't seen no read options. We ain't seen no trick play. We ain't seen man.
Is it more exciting that that's the case, or is it just realization that Scott Turner's offense was just terrible?
It lets you know that it was always Scott, and I've always said it was Scott. They never believed in Scott.
Because I take EB's vanilla offense any day of the week over what we had to sit through with Scott Turner.
Man, and even when you watch that game, the moment I seen Terry, Jahan, and Curtis in a bunch formation, I was like, never seen this before. Mm-hmm. Genius. But it's not even genius. It's just a thought. Literally put them in a bunch formation. Tight end off to the side by himself. Smart. When have we seen that? Never.
Right. Yeah. So now let's get into more of like the players, assessment of Sam Howell. His first 2 weeks of the preseason, in my opinion, has been amazing. I mean, they I know this is crazy, but NFL put out a post of like, who's your preseason MVP, and I think it was like Sam Howell, the Raiders quarterback, and I can't remember the other two. And I'm sitting there like, if you're watching, it's clearly Sam Howell. Like, I mean, I don't know what the Raiders guy is doing. Literally haven't watched a lick of their team, but I mean, apparently he's looking good. People are saying they need to trade Jimmy Garoppolo and start him or whatever. But I mean, Tim, give me your assessment of Sam Howell through the first 2 weeks of the preseason. Some positives, some negatives, and just, or is it all positive? Because I mean, that I wouldn't be surprised if that was your take either.
No, it's definitely not all positive. I haven't broken down the offense. I went through the defense earlier today, and I'm going to post that video later. But he definitely holds on to the ball too long at times, and that's been evident. He's taken 2 sacks that were just clearly on him. He had the opportunity to throw the ball away, and he didn't, especially on, like, what was it, second and short. Now, the thing about him is he has the ability, the arm strength, the arm talent to convert on 3rd and 15, throw a strike right into it. But I love the way that he can get out of the pocket. I love the way that he can throw from any angle. You see Jacoby Brissett come in, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's not easy to throw on the run. Not just anybody can just do that, and then he's just throwing it in the dirt looking terrible. And it's like Sam Howell makes it look simple and easy to do these things. So there's definitely a lot of good things to take away from Sam Howell so far. It's not all sunshines and rainbows by any stretch. He's definitely got more growth to take part in, but he's definitely doing a really nice job with what's been in front of him so far, and I'm definitely excited to give him an opportunity. Like, the people who were saying put Jacoby in because we got to win now, blah, 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 like, stop. Jacoby is not, like, people are like, oh, well, you didn't think that of Geno Smith. There's only been one Geno Smith ever in history to suck for a long time and then come out of nowhere. Jacoby ain't going to be that guy, right? So I'm glad we're giving this guy a chance. If he doesn't make it, then we can go after a different direction next year. But from all signs so far, it seems like he's doing a really good job throughout training camp and the preseason game. I'm pleased with it.
Yeah, and what I'll say quickly before Fajiris goes, yes, he holds the ball a little too long, But my personal opinion as to why that could be is, one, again, the more experience he gets in this playbook and the more comfortable he gets with knowing his, where to go with the ball, and whatnot, his reaction time and his passes will become like that. It'll become like that with more time. And then also, after watching the offensive line a little bit closely, he's having a lot of time, So maybe that's also a situation where he's like, the offensive line is giving him immaculate time, and he's just holding on to it too long to the last minute. But yeah, if that's your only negative, which for me personally, that's kind of my only negative, I'll take that any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, That's something that will just be better over the course of the season, honestly. So, Juris, talk to me. Your assessment of Sam Howell the first 2 weeks of the preseason, and then you seen it up close and personal. So I expect you to go deep and dive when you come to the Ravens game. You muted. You muted. Am I muted? Hold on.
No, you're not muted.
Oh, okay,
you're not
okay.
muted.
Yeah, all right.
He's in his own world. Jairus, turn your mic on or unmute yourself. That's a big negative with the NFC East pass rushers. Yeah, with guys like freaking Kayvon Thibodeau, Micah Parsons, Josh Sweat had a big year. Did they still have Hassan Reddick or did he move on?
I think Hassan Reddick signed somewhere else, if I can remember correctly.
I don't know. I'll look it up. But yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing that we're going to touch on is the Giants signing Isaiah Simmons while we're still over here with Jamin Davis and Cody Barton, man. You telling me we couldn't have gave up a 7th-round pick for Isaiah Simmons, man? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, especially with our linebacker. But they believe in these linebackers. It's the weirdest thing. I don't understand it. But, like, you know that Jamin Davis plays with his feet stuck in mud a lot. Like, if he's in man-to-man, he's a lot better.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. And, don't talk about Jamin. Talk about Jamin.
Oh, I'll talk to you about Jamin.
But, yeah, I was saying Sam Howell in warm-ups can just throw a 50-yarder like it's nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, he was just – and it was just traveling. But I disagree. I don't think he'll hold on to the ball too much. That's a part of who he is. That's part of what makes him special. We're going to see that this year. We're going to see his playmaking ability. So I don't have an issue with that. I'm a proponent of not taking away what makes your player special. Now he's got to know when and when not to do it. I'll say that, but I don't have an issue with him holding on to the ball for a long period of time. I don't. Just so as long as you're doing it at the right times in which you need to do it.
Yeah, 2nd and 2 is not that time.
It was a play to Diami. That should have been a touchdown. It was late. On that play, what I seen was it should have been a 2-step drop. And before Diami broke out of his route, the ball should have been already leaving his hands. He waited, and then it was late, and then the defender was able to get that play. I think EB and them need to tell him that. That's a 2-step drop and let it go before he cuts out because Diami was wide open. That would have been another touchdown. That game would have been put to bed that particular time. But I think Sam has looked amazing to me. Just a beast. And when he ran over a safety and 2 other dudes. Now I get everybody wanting to get down, but when I tell you I love that, Sam is everything I thought he would be. And it just makes me happy because he's here. And he's him. And we found our dude.
Yeah, so Hassan Reddick is still in Philly. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cruising. This my Giants fan that's been here for years now. Man, what did you just say? Let me see. Giants own Washington. I mean, those days are over, Cruising. Okay, we got a quarterback now. All right, those days are over that you own us. Okay, Daniel Jones. We got something for him this year. Okay, at least somebody that can score. Now, I don't know if we're gonna be able to stop Daniel Jones per se because whatever reason he just turns into prime Steve Young whenever he plays us. I don't know if we're gonna be able to stop him per se. But I know we're gonna have an offense to keep up with them. So no more ties, please God. And
we gonna sweep them.
I think we are too. We owe them one. Okay, we owe them a sweep. We owe them a sweep. Now, before we get back to our team, I do want to address this. We were just talking about it, Tim. One thing I'll say about the new Giants regime, man, they go out there and make moves, man. So as we know earlier today, the Cardinals got fleeced, and they're clearly, like you said, is tanking for whatever. I think they also just traded for Josh Dobbs or whatever reason and gave up like some more draft capital for that. They got Isaiah Simmons. They signed Kokoru from the Colts. Hopefully that's pronounced that right. So their linebacking core is looking good. Our linebacking core is over here struggling, man. And we have so many opportunities to sign linebackers since Ron Rivera has gotten here, and we have not done it. Like, in my opinion, I know y'all may feel different, but I think we should have re-signed Cole Holcomb. I loved Cole Holcomb. think we should have re-signed him, especially for the amount that the Pittsburgh Steelers signed him for. I felt like he should have been back in the Burgundy and gold. But even besides that, Jerris, I'll start with you here. Why haven't the Washington Commanders attacked the linebacker market how they should have, drafting or signing one? Because it's a clear weakness, and it's clearly our weakest link on this team.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Simply because when you see Isaiah Simmons go for a 7th, Isaiah Simmons goes for a 7th. You can't pick up the phone? You can't pick up the phone? Like, so at the end of the day, like Jamin, our linebacker core is terrible. One reason being they're not used to playing a 5-2 defense. That's not who they are. That's a lot that the biggest reason why our linebackers aren't good is because of Jack Del Rio, who I want gone badly because he's not good at coaching. He really isn't. Jamin, they screwed him over from the moment they picked him. They never play him to his potential at all. I still believe in Jamin, but I believe it's time for Jamin to go. He needs to change the scenery because I believe that he's lost all his confidence, especially within the coaching staff. And due to the fact that he got a lot of off-the-field things going on, that is in his head on the field. So now you just really got a player that's out there you playing him out of position, one, and he got all the field issues now. So he's pretty much one of those guys that he's pretty much a wash at this point. You wouldn't sign Cody Barton for the life of me. I don't know why with all these linebackers. And then last 2 seasons, the Jahan Dawson draft, if it was any time to load up on linebackers, it was that draft. Could have got like 3 linebackers in that draft. It would have been that linebacker position would have been settled. These linebackers in this draft, you waited. You just had some good ones. You had my man Trenton Simpson, the other guy from Indy. I think it was either Indiana. I forgot him. Well, you couldn't get Jack Campbell because they took him early. But you had other guys in this draft that you could have went after and took. We didn't do that. This linebacker position is terrible. I wouldn't mind bringing about Cole Holcomb. But it doesn't matter who your linebackers are because you're running a system and a scheme that don't fit your linebacker. So no matter who you put in it, we're going to be garbage anyway. It's Jack that needs to go, honestly. And the fact that Ron Rivera and Jack Rio both are linebackers, and you both Ron had Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, and Shaq Thomas all on one roster, but now we end up with you wanting Bostic like for 2-3 years, Mayo, Huschek. And, so I don't know why you're not invested in that position. And even if they did invest in it, guess what? I wouldn't trust it because they don't know how to coach or put them in a proper position to succeed. So really, it's Jack that needs to go. We fixed offense, OC. We need to fix defense, DC. And I believe the linebacker position will look a lot better if they do that.
All right, Tim, take it away. Why? How do you, first of all, feel about the linebacker position? And why do you feel as though we've kind of neglected the linebacker position that's clearly the weakest link on this team?
I have no idea what their justification is for ignoring it. I think we have 2 guys that are worth a roster spot. I don't even know if they're necessarily great starters or even good starters at that. I think our linebacking starters are below average, and then our backups are a disaster. So it sucks because like a guy like Jamin Davis is an athletic freak, but yet anytime he has to think, he gets stuck in mud. Like, his football IQ is not high whatsoever. And it sucks to say that because it's like we drafted him in the first round. I wanted him to be really, really good behind that defensive line, and he didn't. Cody Barton is a guy that I think is just a run-of-the-middle average. You spent a little bit of money on him, and that's it. That's all you have. Milo is not. I just went through the defense. Milo did not have a great game. Gardner did not have a great game. Deshaun Harris played okay. Maybe Harris is probably our 3rd best linebacker because David Mayo had like a couple nice plays here or there, but we know that he sucks overall. So this linebacking group is easily the weakest on our team, and it sucks that they just refuse to do anything about it. I really don't understand it other than the fact that Martin Mayhew and Ron Rivera are 2 guys that combined for 5 winning seasons in 23 years, and they're not great at roster building. It just is what it is, I guess, in some places, but here we are.
That's one thing I can't wait. Like if Martin Mayhew gets fired or relieved of his duties, the first video I'm watching is Tim. You have like disliked the Martin Mayhew since the day he has came,
Yeah.
and you had the receipts. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're just not liking him for whatever reason, but you have disliked him and you've had the same point for so many years now. If he ever gets relieved of his duties, I know you're gonna probably be doing backflips.
Yeah.
But
Ugh.
I'm to the point where with this linebacker unit where I'm just like, let me see Khalid Hudson, man. Like I've kind of, I don't want to say I've given up on Jamin Davis, but he's just kind of, they have developed him wrong. We drafted him knowing that this is probably the year that he should take the big leap. But I don't know if that's going to be the case because I just have no faith. And we still have Steve Russ is our linebackers coach. He should have been gone. I
In the building.
don't have any confidence. I have no confidence in this linebacker unit. My only hope left is can Khalid Hudson, with the opportunities, provide some type of spark there. You know what's crazy? I almost want to try Jamin Davis as an edge rusher at this point. Like when I seen him rush the edge or play the edge versus the Giants a couple years ago, he looked good. Like y'all remember where I think this is still his best NFL play. Let me know if I'm wrong, but y'all remember when they ran the end around. They ran the end around on the Giants. I think it was last game of the season, the game that got Bobby McCain paid. Jake Fromm, ironically, was the starting quarterback of that game. End around for the receiver. Jamin Davis blew it up. You know, that's the best play that I've seen from Jamin Davis. And again, I agree. I just think they mishandled him. They haven't used him in the proper way that he should be used. Again, Tim, like you pointed out, he's an athletic freak. We need to use his athleticism. He's not good. He's not good when he has to be the guy that's calling the plays, running the defense, whatnot. I want to see. I honestly, like I said, want to see some packages where he's lined up on the edge and just using that athleticism and just say, Jamin, go get the quarterback. Because in my opinion, that's where he's at his best when he's blitzing, when he's going to get the quarterback. That's when he's at his best. But when he has to cover, I haven't seen it. Another reason that they could have potentially like neglected the linebacker room is because they use so many safeties. You know, they replace these linebackers with safeties, which in a sense I like, but I also miss having them traditional linebackers because you can never go wrong with having a kind of bigger frame. Because I mean, it's cool having Cam Curl, Percy Butler, Derek Forrest, and now Quan Martin, but you can't kind of have that size in the box because at times you're gonna need it. So yeah, I'm with you guys. That's what I think it is, but again, we'll truly never know why they've neglected the linebacker position the way they did. But hopefully this year these linebackers can take a lead. Continuing with the linebacker room, I'm talking about him being the savior. How do you feel about Khalid Hudson? If he with the opportunities, do you think he can be this savior of the linebacker room?
No.
Jarris, go ahead, take it away.
Heck. It's a 5-2 defense. Nobody can save this linebacker room. Impossible. Nobody can save this linebacker room. And the thing's to Jamin.
Tim, how many times have I said use Jamin on edge? Jamin Davis.
You're right, Mike got unplugged. But it's like, yeah, Jamin Davis on the edge is fine, except for the fact that edge is one of our deepest positions. Like, we have so many edge rushers. What we don't have is linebackers. We need linebackers. It's frustrating because, yeah, we have tons of we drafted 2 edge rushers because we just did the same thing again that we did last year. We had to draft a defensive tackle because we're going to lose Daron Payne. Then we paid Daron Payne, and then now we just have an extra D tackle that we don't need out of the second round. We just drafted 2 more edge rushers. I can hear you now. 2 more edge rushers, and then you already have Casey Tuhill, James Smith-Williams, you have Chase, you have Montez Sweat, now you have 2 more guys. Jones is playing well, F.A. Obata is playing well. You have 6-7 guys on your D-line that are fighting for, 5-6 spots, and you can't put Jamin down there anymore because you don't have anybody. Then who are you going to put at linebacker?
You could put James. I'm not saying leave him down there. I'm saying in packages. Jack Del Rio don't scheme up anything. He doesn't. He runs the same base defense. He doesn't blitz at all. It's so much you can do with Jamin. Silence and in man coverage. That's what he was known for. The reason why he looks like he has no IQ because you got him playing in a scheme that don't fit him and he doesn't know what to do. So does Cody Barton. Terrible in Baltimore. I'm like, he knows absolutely nothing. And it's not his fault, it's their fault. Go back to a 4-3. That's what we thrived in. Go back to a 4-3. But like I say, the defense is what it's going to be. I'm not one of these dudes who say, oh, I'm not worried about the defense. No, the defense is a huge issue right now. Huge issue because the middle of the field is wide open. Now, secondary isn't very good. So you can't fix the linebacker position. You have to fix the coach. That's the issue. Same thing on offense. Like I said, we had the talent on offense. Everybody said we didn't, basically. But you see what Eric Bieniemy came in and did. It's the coach. It's not necessarily the players. It's the coach. It's the scheme. The scheme is awful. This 5-2 needs to go. How the heck are you able to run? They just able to run all over us in a 5-2. How? How's that possible? It's the scheme.
Yes, I mean, I definitely understand where you guys are coming from. Jalen's dad says we've released Dax Milne. I don't understand why y'all hate Dax Milne so much, man, bro. He's gonna make this roster, bro. I don't.
Right now.
I hate to break it to you, Dax Milne haters. He's going to make this roster because Kazman Allen, the guy that we wanted to, that a lot of you all, I liked him too. So I'm going to say we, but a lot of you all loved him already. He hasn't really done much to take away that spot from Dax Milne. Can they keep 7 receivers? Of course. But Dax Milne is making this roster. Again, say what you want about him. He's not an exciting return, man.
He's good in the red zone. He's very good in the red zone. Now, he might not be used there, but he's a good receiver. He catches everything thrown to him.
Yeah, he's a good receiver. And as a returner, he's not exciting to watch and isn't going to give you much, but at least he allows you to possess the ball on offense, and that's what's most important, at least in my opinion. Now we can transition to the secondary now because I know Jarris is going to have a lot to say about this, especially being at the game. Jarris, talk to me about the secondary. What did you see? What do you like about
Awful.
it? What don't you
I
like?
can't stand it. Now, I get Cam wasn't out there. Juice wasn't out there. But even with them being out there this year, it's still going to be a problem and an issue because it's a hole there. Forbes is a liability in coverage. What I have seen from Forbes, the boy will run stop. I had to give him that. He will stick his nose in there against the run. But in coverage, he was awful. Zay Flowers, it was one play, Zay Flowers just burnt him by like 10 yards deep. Nobody seen it. I seen it. I was live. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And he always gets beat deep. Unless you have a safety over the top, he gets beat deep all the time. That's going to be an issue. Quan, overdrafted, not ready, should have been picked in the 4th round. He's not going to be able to add no value this year unless it's at the free safety position. He's not a slot corner, at least not right now. He's stiff, he's fast, but he's not quick enough in the slot to do anything, and he's not. And he takes poor angles. The first touchdown of Zay Flowers, I don't know what that was. That was on him. And then on the Josh Johnson scramble, you're supposed to force him to the sideline. You let him cut back in. He takes poor angles. He's not a very good tackler, and he's not good in the slot. And he's had a poor training camp. He has a poor 2 preseason games. Now that one little interception he had, whoop-de-doo, good job. That does a lot for his confidence. But at the end of the day, that still doesn't get the job done. They see him out there on the field, him and Derek Forbes, you know where you're going. And Forbes, you know where you're going. The secondary is scary right now because we have, and you got Kendall, and we know Kendall's a liability. So you got Kendall, Forbes, Forrest, and Quan, all probably going to potentially be on the field. Those are liabilities. They know where you're going now. You know where to go. So this secondary is, and then we play $1 million on the ball still. So the secondary is, we're going to give a lot. We're going to give up a lot this year. We're going to get up a lot. It did not look good out there. I wasn't impressed at all. Tackling still seems to be some issue for whatever reason. But the secondary looks bad.
Let me keep it a bug with you, bro. Yeah, Quan Martin got an interception, but he got cooked, bro. He literally, it was just he didn't give up on the play, and I love that. Don't give up on the play, but let's keep it a bug. If that's not Josh Johnson, and that's a quality quarterback, that's a touchdown. I think that was James Prochet that got intended with the pass. He should have had a touchdown on that play. But again, Josh Johnson airmailed and then allowed Quan Martin to get back on the play. So yeah, he hasn't looked the best. I'm not overreacting on Quan just yet. But he hasn't looked the best. Emmanuel Forbes, I love the physicality from him because his big knock is his size and he's not a good tackler or whatever. As far as Derek Forrest, I like Derek Forrest. I think he's good. Cam Curl, obviously we know what he is.
He's not trash.
Kendall Fuller, I love Kendall Fuller, man. I feel like he always get overhated. I know, I have this lukewarm feeling about Kendall Fuller every year because we know he's going to start out slow. But Kendall is going to at least give you 4 of them things and heat up right in the middle of late October from early November on. He's going to be good. So I don't have a problem with Fuller. Basically what I'm saying is I don't have a problem with the starters. Now, when we get to the depth, that's where my issue lies, okay? Because what is the back end of this secondary going to look like? Wild Goose, I thought I saw potential in him. I think I'm done with Wild Goose. Castro Fields, heard he had a nice camp, but I haven't seen much from him in the preseason. Maybe I just missed it. Tim, you can talk about, obviously, what I asked Jerris about your overall view of the secondary, how you feel about it so far, and then just tap into how do you feel about the depth, because I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't well, first of all, I thought Forbes actually played a pretty decent game, and you guys know that I'm a Forbes hater, so I went through the film and I thought it was pretty good. Obviously he did get beat by Zay, and he did not take a good angle on the tackle and ended up missing the tackle as well, so that was definitely a bad play. But overall, I mean, he was with his guy, whoever he was covering on most other plays that I saw. I don't remember the one that Zay beat him by 10 yards, to be honest with you. I didn't remember seeing that one. But overall, I thought he played a really solid game. Quan Martin was definitely lost. I mean, that touchdown, he was playing man-to-man for some reason when everybody else was playing zone and just completely vacated that zone. Zay was wide open and then took a horrible angle, so he didn't even make up for it afterwards. So that was really, really bad. There was many times that Quan was not where he was supposed to be. There was a play earlier in the game where he just completely vacated his zone, and we're fortunate that Josh Johnson did not go back to look to the other side because he had time in the pocket. He just stayed on the right. If he went back to the left, he had a wide open wheel route down the sideline because Quan Martin was way too far inside, covering somebody way out of his zone. So Quan was definitely a big issue. So I don't know how much he'll actually play when it comes to real game time, because we have Derek Forrest, we have Cameron Curl, we have Percy Butler that I think they like more. So I don't know how much Quan will actually play when it comes to regular season games. I do not like Kendall Fuller, and I like Benjamin St. Juste if he could stay healthy. Again, he doesn't have another injury now, the ankle, because he got rolled up onto. It's unfortunate, it's not like he did anything wrong. It's just he got rolled up on. But yeah, so the secondary is okay in my opinion. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. If Forbes continues to play like he has in the preseason, I think he'll have a pretty solid year on the other side. But the Kendall Fuller, I'm okay with that. Huh?
I don't know what you was watching.
On what?
I mean, he had played. Okay, so the plays that you're talking about,
yeah,
I didn't give him credit for that because of who he's going against. Those are 4 or 5s. I seen it, but I'm like, I can't really give you credit for that.
All I'm saying is I'm not going to hate on him if I didn't see bad.
I'm not hating on him either.
I saw one. There was one really bad play, and there was another play in the run game that he did not attack at all.
Yeah,
like he did not get early on in the game. Like the first run play, it may have been the first run play of the game. He wanted nothing to do with Justice Hill. Absolutely nothing. But he made up for it with a beautiful tackle on Melvin Gordon on a big stop 3rd and 1. I saw when he had safety over the top, he cut off the underneath route, and the guy tried to turn around, and he's all over him. The one that Quan was missing, he ran with his guy, never let anybody go. Whoever the guy he was, I don't know if it was Duvernay or Prochet or whatever, whoever it was, or Wallace maybe. But yeah, I mean, overall, I did not see a ton of bad film. I saw one, albeit very bad play. I mean, but it was almost like it was coached weird. This might go to Jack Del Rio because I saw the same thing happen on the other side with Rocade Wild Goose. They played off, and you would think because they're playing off, they would be able to keep their eyes on the quarterback and see the ball coming and be able to break on the ball. But Rocade Wild Goose did it like 3 plays later on the other side. They turned their hips to the outside and had no idea the ball was coming. So when Zay put his foot in the ground and turned around for the hitch, the ball was coming and he had no chance to get there and come on make a play. But then he took a bad angle to make a tackle. And the same thing happened later with Wild Goose, but I think Wild Goose made a better tackle on that particular play. But anyway, you get the idea. Anyway, so yes, I want to see it against the A.J. Browns, the C.D. Lambs, the Devontae Smiths, the whoever else that we're going to go against this year, the Stephon Diggs, Jerry Jeudy, whoever else he's going to see throughout the year. Yeah, I want to see those. But I'm not going to say that he played poorly when I don't think he played poorly.
I'm not gonna say you give him credit. I can't give a first round 64th overall pick credit for guarding a 5th grade.
Hold on, Jerris. Hold on, Jerris. Come on, we can't do that, man. That's not fair. He can't control who they put out there because if he would have performed bad against them, you would have got on his case. He got to do what he got to. It's preseason. He got to check who he got to check.
Yeah, I'm not saying I've turned my mind on Forbes and now Forbes everything that everybody says he is.
But I'm saying
I'm not overreacting to nothing. I thought he played well.
I didn't say that you were overreacting. I'm not going to sit here and be like, "Oh, he locked that guy." No, I can't do that. I'm the one that never hyped him. I didn't hype him. The fan base hyped him. So I'm only going based off what the fan base did. If you hyping somebody and you said this player is this and this player is that, guess what? I'm going to say, okay, since he's this and that, I'm gonna go based off this and that. That's it. He got when he seen the real receiver, we seen what happened. That's all I'm saying.
My bad. I was trying to get my man Protech his proper introduction. That's why I had to remove him right quick. So we got my guy Tone, aka Protech Sports, coming up in this thing, man.
So
how you doing? What's going on, man? How you doing? I appreciate
I'm doing all right, man.
I appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah. My fault being late, man. I just had a lot going on.
Hey, nah. Don't ever apologize for real life. You know what I'm saying?
This job, bro. I'm gonna leave it like this job.
No, you good. Don't ever apologize for real life, man. Come on now. I appreciate you for just coming on here, taking your time out your day, because you don't have to. None of you guys have to come on here, so I appreciate y'all for. But hold on, Jerris. I'm not done with Jerris. Jerris, you can't do that because if he would have went out there, let's keep it a buck, Jerris. Let's keep it a buck. If he would have went out there and got cooked by them 5 and 6, we would have had a video on it. We would have had a 10-minute video, probably 30-minute video, and you flaming them for that. So the same energy that you had for the negative Forbes, if it would have happened versus them 5 and 6, you gotta give him this positive credit.
Okay, so when we talk about the D line, like when we didn't play any quarterbacks, okay, so why can't I use the same measurement stick?
First of all, I don't say that. I use me personally.
You said it before.
I'm speaking for myself personally. 2020, when we went up against them defensive line, the quarterbacks that we went up against, they can't control that, literally. Because if they would have got torched by them backup quarterbacks, what we've been saying, they're bad. We can't do nothing about them going up against CJ Beathard in 2020.
Okay, cool. If you want to say he played an overall good game in that with that, I don't have an issue with that.
Did he not?
I don't have an issue with that. But what I was saying is when he was facing the one like Zay Flowers, he didn't look like that. That's all I was saying.
I'll be honest. Everybody,
I'll be honest. I didn't even see that.
I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but Zay Flowers cooked that whole secondary. So let's not do that. He cooked everybody. He cooked everybody, put everybody in the deep fry. He sauteed all of them, okay? He put everybody in the deep fry and put extra season on them boys. Everybody got that smoke. Kendall got it. St. Juice got it in 1v1s. Forbes got it. Everybody got cooked by that man. We're not doing it today, okay? Just keep the Zay Flowers stuff out of it. Who else is Zay Flowers? He cooked the whole secondary.
But he gonna be going up against guys like Zay. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even see that. I turned the game on late. I didn't even see that he got it. I heard about it, but I didn't see it. All I saw was the back end of the play with Quan Martin, like just whiffed the tackle. That's what I seen. But I mean, look, so everybody in the chat, shout out to Cherish Me, Peter, you, everybody in the chat. Rack up y'all questions for us because we're gonna answer some at the end of the show. But all right, my guy Protech is up in this thing, man. I gotta get Protech on here, man. We talk about the secondary, okay? Secondary as a whole, how do you feel about it? And more so also the depth. And we can give your personal Emmanuel Forbes assessment too, because you were there live at the game too. So talk to me.
I'm gonna address a comment. Hey Peter, yeah, they're supposed to win 1v1s. I know that. Can we not do that? I'm not stupid. We're not gonna play a stupid game. All right. Secondly, Peter, just because he won 1v1 does not mean. I mean, just because they're supposed to win doesn't mean it's. Just because it's supposed to happen doesn't mean that the corner ain't supposed to stop it from happening. All right. St. Juice got put in a deep fryer and extra seasoning. My man ankle was like they're about to wobble off his legs. All right. Let's not do that today, okay? Okay. Back to the point at hand. All right, so the secondary in its totality, it's solid. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's bad. I think it's decent. It's all right. It's not nothing to brag home about, but it ain't bad either. It's solid. I know one thing though. Ford better not be CB1 week 1. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. It needs to be St. Juice. I seen St. Juice guard the Keenan Allens of the world. I see him guard the Justin Jeffersons of the world. We've seen it last year, even the remnants of Brandon Cooks when he was Texans. We get my point. You get my point, okay? Like he's done it. He's done it and done it at a high level. Has he been great? No. But he's been a solid CB1 in this league. I don't care. I know it's a very small sample size. He didn't play the whole year last year. He had to get another injury and all that. I get you don't stay healthy. I get that. Forbes is not about to come in and do what St. Juice did last year this year automatically. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's going to happen. But as for Forbes, I think Forbes is okay. Man, I'm mad about Forbes. Man, whatever. I love him some Cam Curl, of course. Derek Forrest is decent when Cam Curl plays. When Cam Curl doesn't play, he looks lost in the sauce.
Everybody looks lost in the sauce when Cam Curl don't play. Don't do that.
Facts.
No, just mainly him.
He looks extra lost. Like everyone looks lost. He's on another planet of lost. Like everyone's still on Earth. He's on Mars somewhere. It's ridiculous. But nonetheless. Kendall Fuller is man. I just feel mad about everyone except for Curl. Like, except for Curl and St. Juice, I feel mad about all of them. I think they're solid football players. I don't think nothing to write home about. I think Quan needs a lot of work. I think he needs to sit down for this year. When he gets deep fried and put in a deep fryer and get blessed by 100 dudes.
You need 2 years.
He needs to sit down for a little while. But I think the secondary solid. I think it's good enough. With this D line that we have, is good enough. It's good enough. We don't
good enough.
Don't be.
Listen. It's good enough.
Y'all see.
With this D line, is good enough,
bro. I don't know.
Listen. Let me say this real quick. Y'all know. Hey, look, Quan be on here. He be on social media.
I don't give a
listen.
Good.
Listen. He keeping them receipts,
bro.
Hey, bro.
So
I want Quan dead in his face and tell him this dead in his face, man to man. Bro, you need to go sit down for a while.
I don't think
you gonna call him Jartavius, huh, Protect?
That's what I call him. He's like Jartavius.
I don't call his government.
You gonna call
I don't go that far. I don't go that far. I'm gonna say, hey, bro, hey, Quan, come here, bro.
And I like Quan.
I'm gonna say, hey, Quan, come here. Rich homie Quan, come here, Rich homie Quan.
But He should not have been. He should not have been picking the second round at all. At all.
Going back to that draft.
Hit the far and go on the bench, bro.
I think that he can start at free safety. I think that's his natural position. That's where his playmaking abilities. I don't think he's a slap, and I don't think he's as versatile as everybody thought he was. Because he can't tackle, and he's not very physical. I think he's solely a free safety in this league. Nothing more than that.
Going back to that
I completely agree with Warren. I think Quad needs some time, bro.
I mean, yeah, he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? So, of course.
No.
He needs some time, bro. He needs some time.
But listen, though. I'm higher on this secondary than I am than y'all, though. Like, at least the starters. Like, St. Juice, obviously, CB1.
Okay.
St. Juice's biggest critic is his body, bro. Like, he literally is the most unluckiest player we had, bro. Like, he literally is always hurt. Like, I don't know, bro. If he can stay healthy, I think he's going to be really good. I get on Kendall Fuller a lot, but I also know Kendall Fuller is, again, like I said earlier, is going to turn it up at some point. September, he may be slow, but late October, he going to turn it up, you know? And Forbes, I haven't seen nothing from Forbes yet to, like, really convince me that he's going to be, you know, this QCB1 yet. But, again, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine, you know, as long as, like...
You think he'll be fine?
I think he'll be fine. Of course.
Oh my gosh! I'm telling you. And maybe
you gotta say that because he's on your team.
What you mean?
You gotta say you think he's gonna be fine on your team. He's your team. You can't be hating against your dude.
I'm not hating. Wait, why y'all keep saying I'm hating? I'm just real out of the whole fan base.
No.
What I see from him against real competition is not going to be good this year. Especially with who he go. That the first 2 weeks, he will be fine because there's no Jerry Jeudy, and he's not going to get somebody against the Cardinals. Once he go against the Bills and so forth and forth, he's going to get destroyed. It's going to be simple as that.
Listen. Hold on. Now you go. Go ahead. You go.
I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. Week 3 gonna be ugly for bro. I'm gonna keep it. It's SD, bro. You know how I feel about SD. You know how you feel about SD.
Yeah, him, you got to check Gabe Davis.
It's SD.
Man, Gabe Davis ain't been nothing since the playoffs. Gabe Davis has not been nothing since that playoff. Last year, he was supposed to go crazy last year. He ain't do nothing, bro. I don't care about no Gabe Davis. He ain't do nothing, bro.
He was getting backed by Byron Pringle. Don't tell me Gabe Davis. Listen, if you want to say Gabe Davis had a down year last year, fine. But Gabe Davis still a dog. I don't care what nobody say. Anytime you go out and get 200 yards and 4 touchdowns in a playoff game, that's different. He has to guard him. And he struggles against bigger receivers like that as well. And then he got Devontae Smith. Oh, yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Listen. I'm not. You're a real fan, okay? I think we're all 4 of us like some of the realest fans. All I'm saying is he's on our team now, so it's kind of like we're forced to root for the dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whether you like him or not, it's no sense. What are you going to get out of saying, hey, looking forward, being trash?
I'm not saying why y'all keep trying to make it seem like that, bro.
No, I'm just saying that. Let me know if that's not how.
I don't know, Jerris. Why do we make it sound like that? Maybe it's because it's when he goes against a real receiver, we saw him got trashed. We saw him get destroyed. When he went against a real player, then he sucked. Against the fifth-string wide receiver, he's good.
What you want me to do?
Zay Flowers absolutely destroyed him, and he can't handle it. I don't know. Why do we think that Jerris thinks that Forbes sucks?
Honestly.
Why?
You want me to give a guy praise for a 5th string?
Come
on. You wouldn't even do that. And you know you wouldn't.
But listen,
I'm not saying that he's great. I'm not saying I've changed my mind on Forbes.
You want to know why
I'm not saying that. I'm now the biggest Forbes fan because he did well against these receivers. I'm just acknowledging that he looks solid again on the field.
What I see, because I'm not judging him off of what he's doing against people he's not going to play against. Mm-hmm. I'm judging him off of what he's going to play against. But that's Zay Flowers. Receivers like that. I can't. What did I just say? I said the Cardinals and the Broncos. He's going to look good in those games because he's not guarding nobody. So I'm saying he's going to play well in both those games. But once he goes up against the Bills and the Broncos, the next two, it's going to look totally different. That's all I'm saying. And then, hold on, I ain't done yet. I'm almost done. My thing is the whole fan base praises him. So when somebody else comes to be objective, it looks like that one person is hating because nobody else want to be objective about the guy. I'm the one being objective. I don't
have not been objective.
We all four of us was objective on draft night, including Pedro.
I'm talking about now.
Now, I mean, again, like I'm saying, he's on our team now. We've seen some flashes of him. All right, let me just. This is my question to you, Jers. This is my question. I just want to know if Forbes would have got torched by them 5th and 6th stringers, would you have made a video on it? I just want to know that.
No, I wouldn't have made a show video. But I would say I wouldn't have made a show video in my recap. I would have said you can't even do nothing against them. Because here's the thing. In joint practice and in training camp, he was getting baked by 5th and 6th stringers. That's a fact. Barry Pringle was cooking him. Somebody named Boneless was cooking him. Some dude, the Demas DeRay from the Baltimore Ravens, he cooked him. Those are wide receivers 5, 6, and 7s. Tyler Wallace cooking him. So that's something that happened.
Oh, you hyping that? Tyler Wallace.
That's something that happened.
We doing that. Tyler Wallace called him fast.
That's all I'm saying. And y'all like to gloss over it. When he makes one play, it's just flashes. Oh my gosh, Emmanuel Forbes. One play he makes, but gives up like 10.
It's only because the one play that he made, a lot of the concerns coming out of draft was the opposite of that. Oh, he's not physical, he's small. But you clearly see in the plays that he has made, it's the opposite of that. You feel what I'm saying? We haven't truly seen him like, well, at least I haven't. You're saying you saw it in camp and stuff like that, but I haven't truly seen mano with Forbes, and he just get graced.
I'm gonna tell you what Jairus is seeing.
I haven't seen.
I'm gonna tell you what he's seeing because I see the same things too. So when he's not targeted and someone runs a route on him, yes, more than half the time he is getting deep fried. Yes, but guess what? He's not getting targeted. So you're not going to see it because he's not getting targeted unless you're paying attention to him. So yes, it happened. Yes, it was definitely happening when he wasn't targeted. But all I'm saying is this though, he's a rook. I want to see what this kid got 2 years from now. I'm not going to judge him right now, bro. Like,
wait, we're saying that he got beat when it wasn't thrown to him on Saturday or on Monday. On Monday.
We're talking about throughout training camp and throughout the joint
practice. All the camp and the joint practices. He was getting cooked when he wasn't targeted. He was getting routed up by dudes when he wasn't targeted.
And even when he was targeted, he was getting
targeted. So it doesn't really matter, I guess. But
all I want,
he kind of needs to. He needs to make sure he's attentive.
He's his own corner. That's what it is.
PC, I think Tim, you said it's gonna be dropping after this. I think you said that.
He's his own corner, bro. Stop trying to make him out to be something he's not.
Film review.
Yeah, I'm making a thumbnail right now as we speak. I already did the defense.
Okay, so it's gonna be dropping on PC. All right, listen. I'm not
gonna be solid,
again.
I say you're gonna be solid too.
We all reacted the same.
I didn't. I said he was gonna suck.
But I'm saying,
That's what I said.
Listen.
And I ain't running from it.
We all know our.
Bro.
We all had our reaction on draft night. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it, though,
and I looked into it more, and I still got more and more upset that we took him at pick 16.
Right.
That's how I felt.
We all had our negative reaction about it because again, well, me personally, I just wanted Christian Gonzalez because I'm like he's right there for the take. No. We don't have to go down that road anymore. We already passed that road.
Or Brian Branch.
No, we ain't going.
Or Michael Blair.
My thing is,
there were several players that I would have taken over him.
I wanted Dawson Kincaid. Damn it.
I'd be cool with that considering the way I was.
Man. Cole, my man Cole Turner going.
Now Cole is here. Cole is here. But this thing we had Kincaid to go with Cole.
I think honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and put my. This probably I may regret this, but I always got to be steaming hot. Y'all talking spicy about Forbes, and again, I was just like y'all on draft night, and I'm not too much different than I am on draft night. But I can't let him say he gonna get embraced by Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis ain't do nothing last year. My boy Listen, Forbes. When Forbes is checking Gabe, I'm not talking about SD. I'm not talking about Stephon Diggs. Okay.
You better not do that.
Forbes versus Gabe Davis. I got Davis getting 31 yards on him. Forbes gonna lock him up.
He gonna go over 100 yards on Forbes.
Forbes gonna lock him up.
He gonna go over 100 yards on Forbes.
I got Forbes locking him up. I got Forbes locking him up. That's my hot take for
Forbes don't lock nobody up.
Okay, but week 3 he gonna do that. You wanna know why I say that? He gonna listen. You wanna know why I'm gonna say that? Because just like you said, week 1 he ain't gonna play nobody but with Hollywood Brown potentially or whatever.
Yeah, he can do something. Yeah,
right. So he gonna lock him up, right? Potentially. He gonna lock whoever he gotta do up in Denver. He gonna be riding high on some confidence level stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then week 3 he gonna lock up Gabe Davis.
And that's the worst foot in the world. When
week 4 come, then he gonna come back to earth because Devonta Smith gonna hit him with a little double move. He gonna come back to life.
He broke back to earth in week 3.
Bro, Gabe, I don't have a problem with Gabe Davis, but he just had so much hype coming in after that playoff.
All right, but so just say he had a bad year. Just say he had a down year. You can have a down year.
I'm not gonna say he had a down year. I'm just gonna say that I don't see the hype that y'all see in him.
It's no hype. I'm not. When
it comes to him checking Emmanuel Forbes, I think Emmanuel Forbes
he can't do nothing with Gabe Davis.
Oh my God!
Why crazy?
Why is that?
Gabe Davis had 836 yards last year, 7 touchdowns. As a 2.
Okay.
As a 2, that's good.
I'm not saying Gabe Davis isn't good, huh?
Hey, my man Juan said his head Forbes gonna lock him up.
Bro.
Locked up.
One thing you gotta even realize, he's a zone corner. That's what he is. That's who he is. He's not a man corner. It's not who he is. He'll never be that in life, ever. He's a zone corner. That's it.
I'm gonna go ahead. I like being saying my bold takes. I love saying that.
I'm gonna clip this when we get off. I'm gonna clip this.
I'm gonna hit some with Gabe, bro. He checked SD for one play. He's getting deep fried and sauteed.
Bro, and that's the thing. They're going to go after him,
bro,
badly because they know. They know,
bro. But I think he can handle Gabe, bro. He can handle Gabe.
That's what I'm saying. Stephon Diggs, Stephon Diggs is my favorite receiver in the league. So Stephon Diggs is not even. We talking about Gabe Davis. You talking about his speed?
Light that boy up.
We talking about his speed, man. I'm
asking you this.
Who's speed?
Hey, what's up?
If he can't lock up Gabe Davis, can he lock up Isaiah McKenzie?
Oh heck no! Yeah, McKenzie gonna route him. Oh heck no!
I could lock up Isaiah McKenzie.
Are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy right now?
All you gotta do, bro, Isaiah McKenzie can't catch a cold.
He's struggling with Byron Pringle and Bowens. What are you talking about?
Those were 1v1s. He's like,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's just like one of them guarding us. Forbes is guarding me or one of us, and we cook him. It's no excuse. That's a wide receiver 6. Please.
Hey, listen, Byron Pringle, that ain't that bad though. He just don't get an opportunity. I'm saying, at least in Kansas City, he wasn't terrible.
Byron Pringle, all right, bro.
I'm not gonna say
wide receiver 5 right now.
But Isaiah, oh my gosh.
Bro, Isaiah McKenzie, all you got to do is let him check himself. Back up off him 20 yards, and then he going to drop the ball regardless of the fact. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't got to check Isaiah McKenzie.
You don't got to check Isaiah McKenzie.
You got to check him.
And guess what? He's going to be the main reason why we get cooked on defense. Watch
no, you want to know what's going to be the main reason we get cooked on defense? You want to know what's going to be the main reason why we get cooked on defense versus the Bills? It's not ain't going to be Stephon Diggs. It's not ain't going to be Gabe. It's going to be Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. They gonna fry.
They gonna deep fry us, boy.
They gonna fry us, bro. Boy. I think they gonna have, bro. They might have.
Nah, they not.
bro.
Maybe
No,
Knox,
no.
because we don't got nobody to guard Knox. We got somebody for Kincaid. We ain't got nobody for Knox.
I'm saying though,
Who?
I'm saying
Who?
though, in the
Who?
red zone.
It ain't Cam. Who?
Cam,
Who said about the Kincaid? Who?
Man, I can see Derek.
Damn.
Derek Force checking him.
Oh my!
Other than Cam.
300 yards for
Who is
Kincaid
that?
and Force on him. 300 yards. And I bet on that. It's 300 yards there.
I can see Percy Butler checking him.
Percy, and I like Percy. But Percy,
I can see Percival doing
Percy, he's
stuff.
like Soulja Boy. Percy,
Let me stop.
Percy.
and that's the issue.
Be careful
We
not
gotta go away
to
from
drop
Cam.
the R on that word.
Percy.
This
Nah.
full hype is unreal. And here's the thing.
Man,
I don't want to root against them, but sometimes with the way y'all talk, it make me just look. I hope he get beat on this play because y'all.
Why?
Because of the fan base.
Oh
The
my
fan
God.
base is so annoying.
He's on your team. Why would you ever?
I don't know.
want that to happen?
Listen. I'm keeping it real. I don't want to feel that way. I don't. But this fan base, they're so annoying. And it's like, why don't you see that he's getting punished 80% of the time and 20% of the time he's making plays? Why is the 80% not being pointed out, but 20% is?
I think I'm a
James not witness. He got beat on a play, and JP Phillips is on Rice PBU. What?
That was horrible. He
That's
literally
live.
got destroyed on the play, and he showed the video, and yet, because it was so underthrown where OBJ had to stop, and he got the pass breakup because of it, they gave Forbes credit for a nice PBU. It was terrible that he actually did that.
I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say I feel like I'm one of the realest. Cause I'm neutral, bro. I dislike the pick, but he's on my team, so I gotta root for him.
I don't hate him. It just seems like I do.
Dude, I said I despise the pick. I hate the pick the more I looked into it, but I did give him credit for his performance this last Monday.
And I be giving him credit, but nobody saying
He got beat on one play on Monday. That was it. He got beat on one play.
It was one more. You didn't see it though.
I must have missed it. I'm about to drop the defense. You could go tell me the timestamp of which play it was. I missed it when I dropped the film review. I'm waiting for the video to process right now. But I literally saw one play that he got beat, and it was on that Zay Flowers. Everything else, it seemed like he was running with his man, and he played.
Yeah, and I give you that. I can honestly say I feel that, but I didn't point it out because of who he was going against.
Okay.
Listen. More of the story, bro. Because I didn't, as bad as Jurors talk about Forbes, maybe I just ain't watched the right video. I haven't heard him say he hates the pick. For a person like Tim to come on and say he hates the pick to give him credit,
Oh, the pick is garbage.
Jurors is down here saying like no credit is mind-boggling. A person
because I wasn't at training camp. All I'm saying is the only video I asked for it in my Discord. Send me the videos of the good plays. Let me see them. And they sent one play where Terry McLaurin was beating him for sure. Sam Howell got hit as he threw, way behind him, and Emmanuel Forbes picks it off for a pick six. That's the only video that I was sent on Emmanuel Forbes at training camp that was a positive play. Every single other play I saw was him getting beat. Every single one. And I asked for it. Send me the good plays of training camp. I want to see them. But nobody wants to send them to, because I can't go to training camp. Unfortunately, I work. I bought a house. I did a lot of different things. I can't go to training camp and watch it with my own eyes. I would love to, but I can't. Send me the videos, and I will watch them, and I will give him credit if I think he deserves credit.
I was giving him credit. I said the Mark Andrews joke. I like that one. He had another one. I said I like that one. Like she said, I give him credit, but I'm not going to ignore the bad like everyone else is. I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Hey, look. All right, so that means you gotta start watching my stuff then, because I'm neutral. I give him the credit and I call it how it is.
Nah, bro.
Wait, on your stuff, do you show the film? You actually show the plays?
Sometimes. Other times I don't really be able to find them because I don't know where to look for them. I try to look at
yeah.
Twitter.
Trust me, I find them. I be at work all day making sure I find these.
Look.
And send me the good ones too.
Let's take a break.
I want to see the good ones.
Let's take a break and congratulate Tim on buying a house. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one
Big
day I
dog
can
move,
achieve
big
a
dog,
goal
yeah.
like
big dog.
that. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
dog, big
Shout out
dog,
to
big
Tim
dog.
for that.
Yeah.
Shout out
I
to Tim
say
for that.
Forbes'
It's a
weaknesses.
process.
Go ahead, Jersey.
Yeah, I got one video of him playing bad. That's what I
I
said.
have a
I
lot
got
of-
one video of it bad.
I was
That's
actually
all I got.
arguing with Lil about it, and I put like a whole list, like it's a blueprint to beat Forbes, literally.
Hey,
Like
man.
the number one thing, I was talking to Project about this. I'm like, he is Trayvon Diggs, because he's like a clone. Because Trayvon Diggs, the key to him, double move him. Forbes, you just run a go route. That's it.
You know what?
don't have to get pretty.
Yeah.
Just run
You
a
know
go
what
route.
though? I actually want to. I want to make an amendment because I did see a couple of decent plays against the Ravens, like that one against Mark Andrews in the end zone
Yup.
where he poked it away, and I think there was another play on Terry. I think finally somebody sent me later on where he was it Terry or was somebody else that was like in the end zone as well that he played well. So I do want to make an amendment. I did see a couple of decent
that
plays.
one.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about, but that was on Terry more so than good defense. I was actually pissed off that Terry ran such a horrible route
Fair
because
enough.
he was beat, but Terry didn't do what he was supposed to do in the route. But I give him credit for that, for getting back in recovery.
I thought he had a good
I did see
plan.
two other ones.
thought he
But
had-
I just meant in that argument, when I was debating people and I sent out the request to send me stuff, they only sent me one video. They couldn't send me anything else.
How many I send you?
I don't know. 10?
Dozens.
Yeah. So yeah,
Hey,
there
look.
you go.
Hey, look. I pay $1,000. I pay $1,000 to see Jers versus Forbes 1-on-1. Who y'all got winning that?
If I had a good
I
lead,
got Jarris with his hand tied behind his back.
boy, if I had a good lead,
Hey.
I'd get Forbes out of
I
here.
got Jarris with one hand tied behind his back and a bum knee. Give me Jarris.
Hey,
Hey, look.
Receiver's my actual position.
Give me a pair of Mary Jane.
If I had a lead, I'd pick that boy.
Look.
A pair of Mary
Hey,
Jane.
look, Jared,
Jared.
Yo, Jarris would throw his own pass and go make the catch in the same
You
play.
think I would really?
On Forbes.
I think I would really let Forbes lock me down. I would go out there with a knee brace. I would do anything I can. in the
He said
world.
Manny in flip flops.
Hey, Jers, you get to pick your own quarterback of all time too.
And he would pick Taylor Heineke.
Oh nah. I know I ain't got no chance. I know I ain't got no chance. No, I ain't got no chance. Give me Mahomes. Give me Mahomes. Yeah, give me a knee brace and all that. Some medicine. Oh yeah.
There you go.
All right,
Yeah.
fellas. I mean, at the end of the day, man, we're all Commanders fans, whether we like him or not. I know Jared deep down inside, Jared wants the roof on him. We just don't want to say it, but he wants him to be successful.
Bruh.
He wants him to be successful. Come on,
I'm rooting for him. Okay, listen, I'm rooting for him, but I know what he's not going to be. He's not going to be an all-pro. He's not going to ever be a top 10, top 15 corner. Ever. These fans are calling him Sauce Gardner. Are you crazy? Do you
I've
know what
never-
that means?
Combined with
lie.
Daryl Green.
I ain't gonna lie. Show me that. I've never seen nobody say that. If people are saying
And that's
that,
crazy because I be saying they say he the next Daryl Green. I'm like,
yo, maybe because I'm not a Twitter person, but I've never.
I don't
seen
really
that.
have Twitter either. But they be in the comments saying this.
If somebody actually said that already,
And that's why I be like,
insane.
bruh, no. He's a
That's
zone
insane.
corner. What zone, predominantly zone corners who play on one side of the field are in the top 10?
Richard
Or-
Sherman of all time, baby. Give me that. He could be like Richard Sherman. I'm cool.
Are you crazy? Richard,
I'm cool. Richard Sherman was a predominantly zone corner. Obviously, we know.
Richard Sherman can play man and press.
But I'm saying, you said give you a predominant.
I said predominantly.
That's
Richard
what he
Sherman
was.
could man up and
He
could press.
could.
Forbes can't do either.
Not yet.
Not yet. Ever. That's not his strong suit. You see what did we do? What with Josh Norman came in? What happened?
Josh Norman was an established vet by then, though, bro. Come on.
What
now.
happened?
He
Okay,
got
hold on, okay, folks.
Got
Hold on, I'm glad you said that. He was an established vet, and what was he still? A zone corner. Never was man. Never was press. My point exactly.
He got more
That's not
than
your
two,
skill
bro.
set. That's not what he's good at. He's a zone corner. Forbes in zone. I like Forbes in zone because he can break on the football. That's his skill. That's what he's good at. Man and press, he's getting abused.
Man,
That's a fact. Everybody trying to make it seem like he'll be a top 5 corner. No, he's not. Ever.
I ain't gonna lie. Who is saying that? Because I ain't seen. I have no. Maybe maybe they just don't comment that on my stuff. I haven't seen nobody say that.
Forbes is not a versatile corner. How are you versatile? You play on one side of the football.
I saw one dude on X/Twitter. What you want to call it these days? Stupid Elon Musk, idiot. But you're not hearing that. I saw one dude say, "Bruh, next Dion." I said, "Bruh, delete your Twitter."
They said Charles Woodson. Like, this is real, bro.
They said, "Bruh, next Dion, bro." I said, "Delete your X account right now, bro."
This is real. They really think this.
Delete your account.
That's why I be like, what?
Here's my address, bro. You gotta fight me, bro. You was tweaking. I'm gonna smack it out of you, bro. You lost your mind, bro. What is wrong with these people, bro? He said, next Dion, bro. I got to argue with this man, bro. And this man was on the meat riding festival. The man who fought so hard, bro. He said, "I bet you 5 bands this man will be the next Dion." I said, "Okay."
Hey, that's 5 bands easy in my pocket.
Give me 5 Rockies, please. I take the 5 Rockies and turn them.
That's all we saying, bro.
So I wanted Christian Gonzalez, right? But let's keep it a buck. Even if Forbes don't pan out to be this all-pro guy, at least for me personally,
he ain't
all-pro, top 10, whatever these people are saying out there. As long as we winning, I could care less what he does.
Hey, that's cool.
I could care less what he does at the end of the day.
For real. I can rock with that.
If Forbes is an average guy, but we 13 and 4, we 13 and 4. Cool. You know, so that's what I got.
Solid. That's cool because we got Howell over there. Okay, we cool. Nobody gonna be complaining, but the same breath, what I'm never gonna do, I'm not gonna sit there and let somebody come in here and hype up a guy. And like, no, if you're like, I'm not gonna just sit here and play one, be biased. No, he has more bad than good. And I'm always gonna mention that. It's not I'm trying to down a guy. The thing is, when you don't tell somebody about themselves, they never want to get better.
But all right, look. So what is it going to take for Forbes to win you over in a sense? Not that it matters, but like, what is it going to take?
He's not. You can't win me over. I know what he is.
How? He hasn't played yet.
I know what he is. Yeah. Here's the thing. All y'all always tell me is how, and every time we had this conversation, y'all end up coming right back to where I was and saying, "Oh, okay." I know it's not. I know what kind of player he is.
Wait, about what exactly?
I know what he is.
What have we done that about exactly?
Sam, you did that with Sam. Rightfully so, because I get it, because the quarterback position has been terrible for the last 20 years. But Sam, now all y'all believe, most of y'all.
My thing is about, and I said this, you can go back to it. I said, I don't know how I feel about the draft pick because at that time, I wanted Carson Wentz to work out. And I knew Carson Wentz. I was like, hey, us drafting, because I knew Sam was could be good. If I wouldn't say that about anybody that was gonna be trash, I said I don't know how this is gonna feel about his mental, because y'all know how he was with Jalen Hurts. Could this be another situation? Because I knew Sam was gonna be good. That's what I said.
But also, as the season progressed and we got to this point, you still said we don't know yet. We still gotta see. And I was always saying I don't need to see anything. I know what he's gonna be. I'm cool with that. And every time I say that about a player, I'm right. Every time I say I'm not worried about. And I know this with Forbes. He's going to be solid. And that's okay. What's wrong with being solid? He's never going to be great.
Nothing's wrong with being solid.
But here's the thing. You want to know what I'm going based off of?
What?
What does history tell you? There has not been a zone corner who plays one side in the top 5 or 10. You're never going to find it. Ever. You're never going to find it.
I'm trying to
all
think,
those corners
I keep
are,
saying,
man, they can lock down.
I keep saying Richard Sherman because I'm trying to think.
Richard Sherman.
I don't remember Richard Sherman. I don't remember Richard Sherman playing.
Zone was a strength, but he also can go lock you down in man coverage too. And press. Let's not make like Richard Sherman wasn't him. Because he was.
Josh Norman was a zone corner in Carolina. Josh Norman, his suits was zone, right? That he was good.
If he could be Josh Norman, cool. In Carolina, cool.
I'm scared about that though. I ain't gonna lie.
That's solid.
Okay, let's see.
What's wrong with that?
Me personally,
this is what I'm saying. I'm saying he's gonna be solid. I'm not saying he's gonna be great. They're saying he's Sauce Gardner. They're saying he's gonna be top 5. This is what these people are saying. This is what the fan base believes. I'm saying he's solid, and that's all he ever will be, and that's okay. And they don't like that, and I don't care because I'm not about to overhype him. I know what he is.
Look, I don't know how much film Jarris has watched. I don't know how much film the people in the chat has watched. I went and watched 4 full games, okay? And I was not impressed after 4 full games. So I did go and watch it. He was on one side of the field playing off like 6, 7, 8 yards off the ball every single play. And then a lot of times these people don't even know what man-to-man is what not because, he is covering the deep third. The guy runs a go route. He runs with him. Oh, he's in man-to-man. No, he's covering the deep third. A lot of times he was in zone, okay? But a lot of his interceptions also came when he got beat and it was like magically tipped to him or just somehow found a way in his hands. Good for him. And he could score once he got it. Good for him. And there was a lot of other things I watched, like the Kentucky game where he got that pick 6 and everybody was like, oh, this guy watches film. This guy is all over it. He knew the play before it was going to blah, blah, blah. That was the 3rd screen ran in a row, and they motioned the guy in to take the screen, and it was like the most telegraphed pass of all time after the 3rd screen in a row. Okay, good for him. He had the speed to get there. I probably couldn't get there because I don't have the speed. But it wasn't like, he knew that this was coming because he watched something in film and he saw it before it happened. No, they were running a bunch of screens, and he just happened to go ahead and get one pick. I don't know. Like, I could go through, like, everybody was hating on Christian Gonzalez because of his terrible game against Georgia. Nobody talks about how terrible Emmanuel Forbes was against Georgia. He had 3 15-yard penalties in that game. 3! Right? He did not look good against Georgia. But nobody talks about that. That is completely irrelevant in the discussion. Only it's CG in his first game in a new system against the number 1 team in the nation had a bad game. Terrible. He sucks. He can't play in the SEC. Garbage. Like, there was so much to this. The more I looked into it, the more I got frustrated. And it is what it is. So, but what can I do? What can I do? He's here now, and I think he played a good game Monday, and I hope he proves me wrong that he is the next Richard Sherman, Josh Norman, heyday, whatever. He could come up to be one of those Trayvon Diggs, whatever he wants to be.
That's not good either.
All right, fellas. I love this conversation because it's
I'm rooting for him.
Now let's switch gears. I mean, whatever y'all, we know how this go. We end up talking about one thing and then we just get on to another thing. But I gotta say this, okay? And he looked at my story too, Protect. He looked at my story. Jared Patterson, please. Look, I'm waiting for Tim's face to change because he know. Jared, Tim, Solo, everybody else. We gonna be quiet and we're gonna let Tim praise Jared Patterson because I need to hear it. You saw what my boy did, Tim. You saw what he did. Give him his flowers right now. Go ahead.
Give him his flowers. I didn't watch the offense. Now I'm drawing a blank on the play that you're talking about. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
How you gonna forget the touchdown play? He's the reason we won the game.
Thank you. Okay, yes. Gets the sideline. He's just toe tapped. Somehow stayed on his feet. Did not get pushed out of bounds. I know exactly the play now. Sorry, I was completely drawing a blank. No, it was a great play. And I think he got face masked on the play, so a 15-yard penalty that got declined, of course, because we scored. So, but no, great play. Made the catch. Made a guy miss. Stayed on his feet. Fought through and got to the end zone. Great job by the little muscle hamster.
He should make this roster. He should make this roster. Yes, he should make this roster.
I don't care if he makes the roster or not. He's not somebody that he doesn't move the needle for me one way or the other. That if he makes the roster, I don't think we got like way worse, and if he makes the roster, I don't think we got any better. I think he's just he's a 3rd, 4th string running back on your team.
You see what Dallas is doing with Deuce Vaughn. They go, what you mean? Look at him, Deuce Vaughn going crazy.
I didn't see the second game. I know he had a good first game.
Look, Dallas is actually going to use Deuce Vaughn, right? This is going to happen. Dallas is going to actually use Deuce Vaughn. You know, Dallas has a big audience and whatnot. They're always on national TV. Deuce Vaughn going to go crazy, and now the new wave is going to be them extremely little running backs now, right? And then Jared Patterson is going to find an opportunity somewhere else. And I'm rooting for him because he deserves it, bro. I don't care if I've been trying to get an interview for years now. I don't care if he's been leaving me on red. I don't care if he's watching my story. I'm still going to support him because he's a dog.
He's still watching my story.
He watched my story and leave me on scene.
He does everything right. He comes to work. What I love about Jared Patterson is that he's very technically sound. He runs with that ball high and tight. He never fumbles it. He's got great vision. But he's not the fastest guy in the world. He's not the most explosive. He's not a guy that's going to just beat you down over a full game. He's not overly exciting, but what he is a very high IQ running back. I wish so much I could put his IQ in Antonio Gibson, and we could have literally the best running back in the league if we could do that. But he's a very good running back as far as a high IQ running back. There's the credit that I give him.
Yeah, I love to hear it. I love to hear it. All right, now we've talked a lot about defense, right? We talked a lot about defense. Offense, okay. Tight ends, guys. How do we feel about the tight ends? Protect, start me off. I think Cole Turner gonna be a beast, and I don't know how y'all feel. I think y'all like Cole Turner, but Cole Turner was my favorite draft pick from the previous draft before this.
I want Jared to say this with me. You know what about to say, Jared. You know time. We said in the vlog. You know what about to say. Cole Turner is tight end one. Get Logan Thomas the FUCK out my face. That boy is no longer tight end one. That man's job got snatched. Period. Sorry about injury. I don't care. Cole Turner's about to eat this shit, bro.
Him.
Man got 7 targets and 6 catches.
Him.
Every catch has been critical.
Facts.
Solving a problem. Period. I love Cole Turner, bro.
I need base out of there.
Logan Thomas is going to be a nice veteran compliment to him.
Tight end two. I like that.
I need.
And John Banks is cool as a blocker. I don't like him as a receiving tight end, but he's a good blocking tight end. I like our tight end room. Solid. I like our tight end room. I really think Cole Turner's going to eat this year. He's going to say, what we did last year.
We need one more. We need to sign another tight end.
He chose production in a quarter. Now shut up. That man played like 50 snaps and triple his production from last year already. Shut up. Get on my face. Bye.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm forgetting his name already. I was just about to say, but I agree with y'all. Y'all saying it now, but I was saying like my hot take was, by October, Cole gonna be tight end one because Logan ain't gonna be healthy. But hey, I'm all with it now. Hey, if y'all saying he TE1 now, hey, I'm joining that bandwagon. But I'm gonna be honest. Curtis Hodges, I thought he was gonna be something. Last year we put him on IR because we ain't want nobody exposed to him. He trash, but I ain't gonna hold you, bro. He gobs, fool. Amani Rogers, we know he had the potential. Hopefully he can come back next year. But I'm drawing the blank. Maybe one of y'all can help me remember his name. But the other tight end, he came up huge on that Ravens drive. I think he should make this roster over a guy like
the one we got from the Giants.
What's his name? No. Oh, what's his name, bro? I'm gonna look it up.
What number was it?
Because it was 45.
I don't even remember the number, bro. I don't even remember.
It is 46. You gotta.
Nah.
45 more.
Nah.
46 dropped the pass and warm up. I was like, yeah, I'm done with him.
Hold on.
Enough.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I said he dropped the pass and warm up. All right, I'm good.
You said I'm good on slip.
All right, bro.
Dylan Sample, Hassan says.
Let me see.
Dylan Sample.
Hey, was it Dylan Sample?
Not trying to.
Moeller and Vovolek were for the Ravens. Vovolek had a heck of a game.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Sorry, in that game.
Let me see. Was it Sample? It was one of the tight ends that came up clutch on the last drive, bro. I liked what I seen from him. Bryson Tremaine, that's his name. Is he a receiver?
He's a receiver, bro. I was saying,
receiver. Receiver?
Bro. You're a receiver, bro.
No, then it wasn't him. Who is he? White? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, he's a receiver. Never mind. What jersey number does he have? Because he must
89.
be. Yeah, okay, that's probably why I thought he was a tight end then. Okay, because he's bigger and
anybody 89.
That's why. Okay, never mind. Then I take that back. I thought he was a tight end this whole time. I thought Bryson Tremaine was a tight end this whole time. Maybe because he's bigger and he has on 89.
You can't retire everybody's number.
That number should be retired.
You think so? Oh, that's a good topic. All right, let's talk about it. 89 should be retired. What you think about that, Tim?
No, I love Santana Moss. He had some great moments, but I don't think he played. I don't think he's a guy that you retire a jersey over. I think he's a really nice player for us that should be remembered, but I wouldn't retire 89.
I'm retiring Santana.
Yeah, he's a receiver. I thought he was a tight end this whole time. All right, Protect, what you think about that? 89. Should they go up in the Raths?
Nah. Because of lack of team success. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't. Our Moak is up there. They won 3 Super Bowls. Derek Green, they won Super Bowls. The guys that are up there is not named Sean Taylor. They won Super Bowls with these people.
Like, does Trent Williams 71 get retired?
Huh?
How long was Trent here?
10 years almost.
Man,
over a decade.
Man, Trent going into the Hall of Fame as a Niner, bro. No, don't retire his jersey.
Nah.
You think he gonna go?
Trent is a legend.
You think Trent gonna?
Yes, I'm retiring his number.
You think Trent gonna go into the Hall of Fame as a skin?
Yeah.
Even though I don't think so.
I only say that now because they ain't the owner no more.
I feel like with us not being called the Skins anymore and how this tenure ended here when he left, I think he's gonna go.
I mean, not if he wins one with the Niners.
Yeah, if he win a Super Bowl, yeah. But if you don't win one,
if they get there, they stay healthy and they get there from the NFC and somehow upset whoever it is coming out of the West or the AFC, I should say.
I don't know. I think regardless.
Going as a Redskin, bro. We're not doing that. Nope.
I don't know, man.
Nope, I'm saying 10 toes.
Time will tell. I just don't think he's gonna go in as a skin, man. But Peter U says Kurgan should be retired.
Kerrigan 91 should be retired? No.
Yeah.
Think so?
Only because he leads our franchise in sacks. I'm sorry.
So what? He is not the guy you retire his jersey. Oh my goodness.
So Tim, is there a guy that's not retired that should be retired? I think obviously maybe.
I'm sure, yeah, because we only have 4 numbers retired. Darryl Green's 28 should be retired.
Darryl Green should be retired.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones that Riggins should be retired. 44.
7.
Theismann should be retired.
We already. But Theismann didn't play here long enough to get retired. Right? And he only won 1 Super Bowl. I don't think I'm retiring 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a couple of others, but yeah, there's definitely some that I would retire.
Won the Super Bowl. He is not retired. Protect. What you got to say?
It should be.
Yeah, I'm not retiring Doug.
No, it don't should be retired. It's gonna be retired. It's Terry jersey, baby. Yeah, it's gonna be his 17. Hey, Doug. Okay, I get what you did.
You want a Super Bowl? We're not doing that. You want a Super Bowl?
First black quarterback. I get it, Doug. But listen, Doug.
35 points in a quarter.
That's Terry's jersey.
35 and a quarter.
That's Terry jersey, Doug. I'm sorry.
Our Monk 81 has not even been retired, has it?
And it should.
It hasn't. That's crazy.
And it shouldn't. Good. I was
You're retiring Santana over our Monk.
No way, bro. No way.
I'm gonna keep it real.
No. Oh, you said
these numbers.
I don't know if you know this, but one of them already has a jacket. The other one doesn't.
These numbers not looking.
That's
these numbers don't look, and I like art.
There's no way, bro.
Art was nice. Art was nice, but these numbers.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
These numbers.
Don't do that to art, man.
Not to say, just keeping it real.
How you gonna retire?
These numbers don't look like what they should look like.
How you gonna retire Santana but not Monk? That's
keep
crazy.
it real. These numbers don't look too good over here.
What's your logic behind that, though? I want to know.
All I'm saying.
That's a different era.
But Art is a what? He's a Washington legend. So is Tanner. That's all I'm saying.
Tana over Art Monk.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
You heard it here first.
Fun bunch, bro. We ain't gonna do that today.
I hope you hear it here last, but you heard it here first.
These numbers not looking too good. That's all I'm saying. These numbers.
That's a different era ball.
I don't want to hear that. If I compare his numbers up against all the other receivers, they look terrible. He look like a wide receiver 4. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. I had this argument. Hold on. I had this argument in Discord, and I pulled up some play. I was like, look at their numbers. I don't want to hear about no error. When they was out here getting it.
Are you probably
Jerry? He played that era. He wasn't getting it. Here we are. Jerry Clark was better than him. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Right or wrong?
Both these numbers should be retired though.
Is he better? Who's better?
Man, Charlie Brown was better, man. Forget.
Yeah, I go say Jerry Clark.
Charlie Brown was like that too.
Jerry Clark.
I love both of them, man.
Monk was nice.
Hey, Hassan said, Jerry, what you smoking on over there?
Monk was nice. He was nice. But these numbers.
Tanner's number over Aunt Monk.
These numbers.
Tanner? I love Tanner. I'm not trying to. I love Tanner Moss.
I would love for Tanner to have what Aunt Monk had.
I love shorter receivers, but that's crazy.
I would love it.
That's crazy.
I would love it.
That's crazy.
Art played till he was 38. Tanner played till he was 35. And the numbers are not that big. Just keeping it real.
Crazy. Bro, that's crazy.
If you want to compare the numbers, Art Monk only got 2 more touchdowns than what's his name? 2 more? And you played what, 4 years?
Super Bowls. Did Tanner win a playoff game? One playoff game.
Bruh, all right, let's be real. All right, cool. T.O. didn't win.
He went to a Super Bowl?
Randy didn't win. I don't care if you win. Did you win? Yes or no? That's not your argument. Don't switch it. Don't switch it.
Randy played in one. Where was that Tanner Moss?
Did they win? Yes or no?
Did they get to the bowl? Did they get there?
Did they win? That's not what you said. Keep it real. You said because they won. Keep it real.
They didn't win one.
And also, since you want to bring that up, did Tanner have the caliber of QBs that they had? Yes or no? Yes or no? Answer the question. Yes or no? And was Tanner featured? Hold on. Was Tanner featured as much as they were? Yes or no? And he still had over 10,000 yards receiving and 60 plus touchdowns, and he wasn't featured, and he didn't have the same QBs they had. What we doing? Keep it real.
Do play a part in it, but
keep it real.
But you're saying that this man should get retired before Monk. That's crazy.
What I'm saying is you gotta retire Tanner too.
Tanner before his.
You're
they
not retiring
Santana. That man, that's different. They're the reason why Monk and them are the reason why our freaking franchise is relevant.
They did it as a collective. Tanner had to do it on his own. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
They did it as a collective. Tanner had to do it on his own. Keep it real.
Tanner did not have to do it on his own. He had Antoine Randall Hill.
Oh my God.
He trolling.
He had Jerry Clark, John Wiggins, all them.
Running back
now.
What
did Tanner do with it?
He did have 2-6 back there eating now. Okay,
he had Chris Cooley.
Oh my God.
He had Chris Cooley.
Chris Cooley.
Chris Cooley was like that. What you
mean? Y'all bugging.
Who was cool? Chris Cooley was like that.
We had Jason Campbell, Mark Brunell. What are we talking about?
Chris Cooley was like that.
What we had? Todd Collins. This is what Santana had to endure.
Oh, heck no.
Bro. They had Doug Williams, Joe Theismann, Brad Johnson. Well, this is what we doing. We really comparing them against Mark Brunell and Todd Collins and John Beck and what we doing?
Rex Grossman.
Rex Gross, Sexy Rexy. Not the Chicago Rexy. Like, what we doing?
Mark Brunell was all right for a little bit.
Tanner was him. We not about to act like he wasn't.
We never said he wasn't. I'm not retiring his number for all months. That's crazy.
I am. Sorry.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. Tanner was. If Tanner had what he had, Tanner would be in the hall right now.
Sweet.
Keep it real.
Boy.
This man played. He was 38 and only got 2 more touchdowns. Come on, man.
He said, "Hey kids, say no to drugs." Hey, Jerry, I say what you smoking on there, Jerry.
We're not gonna do that. That man's a Christian man on that
His
screen.
first 4 years, 700, 800, 400, 700.
You is tweaking. All right, I get that. You still are tweaking. What he doing his prime?
Sorry, bro. He had a 3-year stretch where he was nice, and then he was trash after that.
Tim looks so over it.
Like, this kid is
I'm
real.
out of here. This street is
so
He was trash, but yet getting 1,000 yards receiving.
Let me not call him trash. Not gonna do that.
He was trash with 1,186 yards and 8 touchdowns. Trash.
Call him trash.
In an era where they had the Hogs and John Riggins, where all they did was hand that ball off to me.
Tim, listen, I don't want to hear that because all the other receivers did what they think. I don't want to hear that. You ain't get that excuse.
Did what? Did what?
Not gonna hear that. If you gonna say that they handed the ball off, I can say Tanner wasn't featured. And they had nobody throw him the ball. So you trying to make an excuse and say, okay, he didn't have these stats.
Okay, but he still has better stats.
So you want to say that? I can say the same thing.
You can come up with whatever you want to level it out, but Art Monk has more stats.
Yeah, of course.
And he has 3 Super Bowls.
He played 4 more years.
He has 3 Super Bowls.
Because of who?
And more stats.
He played a part. He played a part. I'm not saying he didn't. But when has Santana ever had a team like that?
I don't care.
All right, yeah, exactly. I want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. You couldn't say that. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Keep it real. If Santana had a team like that,
all I'm saying is Art Monk had a better career than Santana Moss.
I'm not saying I was trash. I ain't really
He had a better career.
I take that back. I didn't really say that.
Look, you overrate Santana Moss. He's not a Hall of Famer.
I don't
He's a
overrate
nice
that.
receiver.
I don't overrate that.
Yeah, you say he's a Hall of Famer. That is
I know.
a big overrating.
If he had a QB and he was featured, he would be.
If you want to say Tanner should be in the Ring of Fame, sure.
You're not retiring.
If that's the case.
Oh, Monk's a Hall of Famer. Put some respect on that man's name.
He was good.
I'm not retiring Tanner.
He has a jacket. He was more than just good.
He was good. Listen, bro. Compared to his contemporaries.
Another thing.
Sorry.
What
He
was
wasn't
Gibbs
all
known
that.
for? Time out. Before we continue this, what was Gibbs known for? What was the play called counter trey? Does that involve throwing the football? Does that involve throwing the football? Does a counter trey involve
I thought they ran wishbone like 90% of the time.
They ran counter trey? Does that involve throwing the football? Yes or no? No. Okay. All right. I asked you a question for you. Counter trey. That was win Super Bowl. Okay?
Dude has 2 more touchdowns.
Counter
He
trey.
played 4 more years.
If they drop back Doug Williams,
Let me see.
I bet I'm gonna be a 20,000-yard receiver. We can make the what ifs about everything. But they had the counter trey and the fun bunch. They won damn Super Bowls.
Okay, but you have to. Okay, if you want to factor that in, I'm factoring in Santana didn't have the opportunity, and he still put up the numbers he had. That's what I'm saying. Okay, hold on. Who was it easier for, Tanner or him?
I'm putting Monk over Tanner.
Bro, just answer the question. That's all I'm saying. Who was it easier for?
It was easy for
I'd be curious.
Tanner.
I'd be curious to go look at the run percentages from the 80s compared to the run percentages in the mid 2000s.
That's all I'm saying. Just keep it real.
I wonder what the
They
difference
ran the ball
was.
60% time back in the 80s. I'd say that right now. My pop
I think Santana Moss had a few more opportunities to get past.
Yeah, the quarterbacks
The
he
what?
had sucked. The quarterbacks he had
I think
sucked.
Santana Moss had a few more opportunities to get passes.
No, he didn't.
They didn't have targets back in the 80s, which is annoying. They didn't record that stat.
All right, let's switch it up now. Tim, I want to ask you this because me and you were kind of on the same page with this guy. I loved Ricky Stromberg coming out of Arkansas,
yeah.
but now it seems like he's kind of struggling. They have him even at guard. How do you feel about Ricky, and do you think he still could potentially be our future guard? I mean, center at some point?
Why? Where did you hear he was struggling? I mean, I have to watch the offensive film still, so I didn't break down him yet.
Why I felt as though he was struggling is because I rarely see him receiving even second team snaps. He's always with the third team.
Yeah, because he's coming in as the third center because for whatever reason they still like Tyler Larson. I don't know why they think he's good, but they really believe in Tyler Larson as the backup, so they're putting him as guard just to get him reps.
Right.
At all, but they like Ricky a lot.
So what I'm saying is that like him being in as guard, Tyler Larson, to me, I like Tyler Larson. I don't know why you don't like Tyler Larson. Is it because of his injury issues, or do you just simply think he?
No, when I watched it before, I hated everybody on the interior of our line. I hated Norwell. I hated Larson. I hated Trey Turner. I hated Sadiq played decent when he was in. And then of course I like Sam Cosmi when he was in. But most of the time the interior of our offensive line was. But Cosmi played tackle last year. It's this year that he's.
Well, I think he played. I think they tried him a little bit at guard last year. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, but he was mostly tackle last year because Trey Turner was the starting right guard, Andrew Norwell was the starting left guard, and then they would bring in. Did they still have Wes Switzer last year?
Yeah, but he was hurt. He played.
And he
center.
got hurt quickly too.
He played center, but then he was Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah.
So my thing with Ricky Stromberg, I think I like Ricky Stromberg still, but I think they feel as though he's a little ways away as to why they have Tyler Larson on him. Because as you mentioned, Tyler Larson isn't nothing to blow away about. If they felt like he was ready in a sense to back up a Nick Gates, then they would probably have him over a Tyler Larson. But
I don't know. They really like Larson. As I said, I need after this, I'm going to start the film on the offense.
We're
to go through it because I couldn't finish the entire game last time because I had to frickin' figure out how to even watch the film because NFL Plus Premium locked me out of the local games. So I had to figure out the whole, what do you call it, the ExpressVPN to be able to.
Yeah. So
I'm in Los Angeles or whatever. So I didn't watch the second teams. I only watched the first team. But what I liked about him coming out is that he was a high IQ offensive lineman. He could handle the stunts. He understood to get up, his assignment to get up to the second level, block the linebacker. He's not the biggest and strongest dude that you've ever seen. So I'm curious to see what he is like on the film. That's what I'm going to do after this. But I really liked Ricky Stromberg, and I don't think they have anything against Ricky. I think they just like the other guys more for whatever reason right now. And they really like Chris Paul. They really like Sadiq Charles at left guard. Of course, they like Sam Cosmi at right guard. And then they brought in Nick Gates for the sole purpose that they knew when they signed him he was going to be their starting center. So they're rolling with that. And Ron has a soft spot for Tyler Larson. They just won't cut him. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to watch the film after this, and I'll have a better opinion Sorry, I don't have a better opinion right now. But
no, you're good.
I don't think they're against Ricky Stromberg. I just think they like the people that they have ahead of him currently as we speak. But I think he could definitely as long as he continues to play how I think he can play based on his college film, I think he will eventually get snaps and move forward into our starting center moving forward.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. I love Ricky Stromberg. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know how to feel about Nick Gates. But now I love me some Nick Gates, man. I mean, I don't know what it is. I think it's just about him being on go 24/7, and that could be a positive and a negative because he could cost us some penalties. But for some, Nick Gates quickly grew on me. I don't know if it's.
I'll say that.
I don't know if it's what he did to the Baltimore Ravens dude because he just. I don't even know if I saw that live, but he absolutely just pinball the rest of the guys, man. I don't know. I like Nick Gates. Jers, talk to me. How do you feel about not only Ricky Stromberg, but just like Tim did, the whole offensive line? Are you confident in it? Are you a little concerned?
Anytime you have Charles Lenoir as your left tackle, I'm never confident. Sam Cosmi is a dog. I think we might have found a good lineup. Cornelius Lucas might need to be their left tackle. Needles might be left tackle. Nick Gates. He can't run screens. Can't. I see it enough. Put Stromberg out there if you want to run a screen. Because Nick Gates clearly can't get out at all. This was the second week in a row that he just can't block anybody in the screen. He's not athletic enough. I didn't see the left guard, but I heard Sadiq did well. So I'm happy that Sadiq came out. He did well. Andrew Wiley was pretty much quiet, so that's a good thing. Quiet on the right side, so I'm not worried about Wiley. But I like Ricky Stromberg. I think he should be in that left guard. I think he should be in the center. Because Nick Gates, I love him, but he can't get to the second level. So when you run certain packages, I don't want to see him out there.
Dude, there was one play in particular I have to bring up. It was hilarious. It was the 8-yard run from the first week against the Browns, where I think we pitched it to Brian Robinson to the left. If you go back and watch that play, 4 out of our 5 offensive linemen blocked no one. And yet somehow we had an 8-yard gain. Literally, Leno just blocked nobody. The only guy he got a hand on was Cole Turner, his own dude. That's it. The left guard, who was left guard? Chris Paul. Chris Paul let the guy go inside, let him go, which was fine because he took himself out the play, ran upfield, didn't block anybody. Nick Gates pulled up to the linebacker and just dove at the dude's legs, completely whiffed on a cut block, didn't touch anybody. Sam Cosmi was the only one to make a block, and then Wiley was just running from the backside doing absolutely nothing. And I just thought that was an absolutely hilarious play. That it's on my channel if you go through and watch the film review. But yeah, it's hilarious.
Trent Scott is another guy that quickly is making a name for himself. Andrew Wiley, I believe, only played 1 possession, and then the rest of the possessions went to Trent Scott, so he could potentially be that backup right tackle. I'm with you though. Like I don't hate Leno as much as y'all, but like I definitely would not have been mad if we drafted a first round. I wanted a first round. I wouldn't have been mad if we drafted a first round tackle for sure.
All the tackles were gone.
But no, I'm saying going into the draft, that's what I wanted. Like I wouldn't have been mad if we drafted left tackle. But now I know for sure, especially how I feel like the season's gonna play out. I can say you can book it right now, unless something could like terribly happens. I think Washington's drafting a left tackle next year in the first round.
I don't mind the tight end in the first round next year.
Nah, if Cole Turner established himself as tight end,
Cole ain't kid from Georgia. He ain't him.
I'm just saying.
I got Cole. I'm good, bro.
Nasty.
All right, Protect, talk to me, man, about this offensive line. We'll get up out of here.
Man, this line is trash. Stop. All right, now I can't stand Charles Leno. I know that. Charles Leno's a below average starting left tackle. We're gonna call it what it is. But I love me some Sam Cosmi. He's a dog. Wiley was getting spanked early in camp. Wiley in that Browns game, I ain't like that. But I think he'll settle in. I think he'll be fine. I think Wiley's an average starting tackle in the league. I don't think he's nothing great. He's got average tackle money. I think he's an average starting tackle. Ricky Stromberg to me, I like what I've seen from him at guard. I mean, a lot of people see like what they've seen from him at guard. I think he might have some more versatility than given credit for coming out of the draft. We've always a pure center and that's it. That might be incorrect. He might have some versatility at guard as well. Chris Paul, I think he'll be decent in this league. I think he'll be a slightly above average left guard. Nothing special. I think he'll be okay. Nick Gates, I love his attitude. I don't think he's that great, but I love his attitude. I love the way he get at it, especially defending his teammates. I respect that a lot. And the backups, I'm just C. Lucas, Sadiq Charles can get the hell off my team. I'm sorry, bye. He can't stay healthy. I'm tired of him. I'm just sick of it.
He did good the other night though.
He did good, but he just don't stay healthy. Well, how long is Sadiq Charles going to play? That's my question. It's not can he play? I know he could play, but how long can he play before my calf, my knee, all my Achilles, all my foot.
That's a good point.
Bad, bro. I can't. It's been 4 years of it. I can't take it no more. I just can't take it.
That's a good point. I say that all the time.
And then finally, with me, Tyler Larson can go. I know they like Tyler Larson.
Mm-hmm.
If Ricky Stromberg can play guard and center, why in the freak is this man still here? Yes, he plays well when he's in the game, but guess what he does just like CD Charles? Say it with me now. Gets hurt.
Injured.
Injured. I'm gone for a week. Gone for a month.
We stuck with.
Tired of that too. I'm tired of all that. Tired of this people getting hurt. Can I have 9 offensive linemen who can stay freaking healthy for 17 weeks?
And
if someone does get hurt, can the backup stay healthy and actually play? I'm crying out loud.
We've been stuck with Fromm. I ain't gonna lie. Fromm wasn't going nowhere, even if he didn't have that game versus the Raiders. But
State Farm.
State Farm. This is the last topic because I just thought about it. Tim, give me your thoughts on the kick return thing and the bottom portion of the. Obviously, we know Byron Pringle was making it, but I'm more aiming this specifically. And you could talk about other guys, but I'm more aiming this specifically to Dax Milne and Kazmir Allen. Has Kazmir Allen done enough to earn himself a roster spot? Because they loved him going into camp, and I haven't seen it, at least to get a roster spot. I think Dax Milne still, to me, deserves it over him.
I mean, he had a nice return in the Cleveland game. I don't think did he get even an opportunity really in the Ravens game?
He had an opportunity,
force that many
but
punts.
He didn't take it. He had an opportunity. The one opportunity he did have, he decided not to take it, and then he had another opportunity, and he got mad that it went over his head.
Uh-huh.
But when you're trying to get a roster spot, you got to take any opportunities you get.
I don't know. It's kind of a fine line because it's like you want to show that you're a smart player as well, and you're not just doing things unless you get like a permission ahead of time of like, I don't care where it is, you just take it and run with it. So I don't know what they want from him, but I think that Kazmir Allen is clearly the better option if you want somebody that's more explosive on that return. I don't think that Dax Milne gives you enough as a receiver to say like I need him over a Kazmir Allen because Dax Milne is your 5th receiver on the roster at best, maybe 6th in some cases, depending on who else you keep. I personally would rather have a Kazmir Allen. Well, you know what? That being said, I'm going to say this. I would rather have Dax Milne because what I would rather do is I would rather put Curtis Samuel or Jahan Dotson as my punt returner.
No.
Okay? I am not one of these that are like, oh, but what if he gets hurt on this play? These are important plays. And I would want my guys with the best open field open field potential out there to be the guy that's the return man. And that is Curtis Samuel and that is Jahan Dotson. 2 guys that can be beasts back there at my punt return spot. And if Deion Sanders can return punts, if Darrell Green can return punts, if Antonio Brown can return punts, Curtis Samuel can return punts. He ain't that special.
No.
Okay? Who else? I'm sure there's tons of other dudes. Deshaun Jackson, he returned punts. There's some big names throughout the course. Huh?
John can go ahead. He can do it. Not Curtis.
Yeah, both of them. I don't care. Alternate. Put your best football players on the field to get the ball in your hands.
Curtis is 2. Nah.
Okay, so I would actually just keep the best receiver and then put my best open field guys out there. Or Antonio Gibson. Gibson could be a guy that could be a beast back there as a punt return guy.
All of them get injured too easily. No. Throw somebody else back there.
Yeah, I agree with Juris. I mean, we had that conversation last time. I think our players are too viable. For me personally, too viable to stick back there as a punt returner. I would much rather survive with a Dax Milne not being exciting than sticking Antonio Gibson, Jahan, Curtis back there, and then we potentially lose them due to
Then why play them on offense? You might lose them. No. You can't. You have to put them in bubble wrap. You have to make sure they never get on the field because you might lose them. So you don't play them until the playoffs. Don't play anybody until the playoffs. And then even then, you don't want to play in the first round because what if you lose them in the championship game?
We've had this discussion before. I would much rather be fine with losing my Curtis Samuel or Jahan Dotson doing their actual position than them getting hurt being a punt returner.
So to you, a punt return is not an important play. It's an irrelevant. Just put freaking. You know what? Go put Nick Gates back there. I want Tyler Larson as my punt returner because it's a pointless play.
As long as Nick Gates can catch the punt, I'm cool because I know our offense is going to.
So it's just irrelevant. Like having an opportunity to potentially get a 25, 30, 40-yard return is stupid.
When you put it in the grand scheme of that, yes. Because I know this offense is not last year's or the year before that, but we're struggling to go down the field. I know we have opportunities to go down the field. So, Dax Milne catches it from the 15, 20-yard line. Cool, let's go down the field. Obviously, we know a 25, 30-yard, 40-yard punt return is amazing, but how often is that going to happen? You feel me? That's why I'm like, I would just much rather have Dax Milne, who I know is going to catch the ball at least. Casimir bobbled one, too. Let's not forget that. He slightly bobbled one. I don't know if y'all caught that. But I would much rather have Dax Milne safe, give me the ball from the 20, and we go down the field and score.
I like Jared Patterson back there.
I would love Jared Patterson back there, but they're not going to do that.
You do realize the numbers of when you start from the 20 compared to when you start from like the 40 are dramatic.
But you're saying,
being able to score.
You're saying it as
even for the best of offenses.
You're saying it as if it's a guaranteed 40 yards. It's not guaranteed that that's going to happen every single punt return.
Well, it's a guaranteed nothing when Dax Milne's back there. That's my point.
It's a guarantee.
It's a potential huge play it's a potential touchdown with Curtis. It's a potential touchdown with Jahan. It's a potential fair catch with Dax Milne. And it's a potential. The other potential is a touchback.
It's a guaranteed start of a possession where I know my offense can go down and score the ball. That's what I know. Or would you rather
you act like Curtis can't catch it? Curtis is going to catch it every time.
Yeah, but again, like I said, Curtis is way too important to this offense. So that's just me. That's how I would do it. I personally wouldn't do that.
Okay, so Antonio Brown's not important to their offense when he was in Pittsburgh?
No, Antonio Brown was very
Deshaun
important.
Jackson was not important to any offense that he ever played?
I'm not
okay,
but yet you put him back there and Deshaun Jackson puts the miracle in the Meadowlands because he is that kind of explosive, crazy athlete.
Listen.
You give it to Darryl Green and he hops over a bear to get into the freaking end zone to win a playoff game, I believe it was.
Those guys don't have an injury history.
I don't care. Then don't play Curtis at all because he might get hurt.
Gibby do. Curtis do. Jahan in the hamstring. Now, let's just say hypothetical, right? Let's do what you're going to do. Curtis gets hurt. Now we put Jahan back there.
Cool.
What if he gets hurt too doing it?
Okay, what if he gets hurt running across the middle getting smacked by a linebacker?
They were down.
Okay, if they're injury prone, they're injury prone.
I can't really brace myself as 11 guys coming down running full speed.
Why not? You see it all the time. You catch, you sidestep, you see him run by you.
You sidestep and you get put in a coffin. No, I don't want that.
Put in a coffin. Jeez Louise. You could get head-to-head contact with any freaking what's his name? De'Ami Brown was sliding for a ball and he got freaking spearheaded in the back of his head.
Curtis is shit. I don't want Curtis.
How dare you run that route with De'Ami Brown because he might get hurt? What is this?
Okay.
It's football.
Okay, put it this way. Are you more likely to get hurt on a kick return or playing on offense?
I don't know. How many times has Curtis gotten hurt on a punt return when he's done it in his career? How many times has he gotten hurt on offense? He never returned punts back in Carolina?
That's in Carolina. I'm talking about now, but us.
Yeah, but how many times has he gotten hurt on offense?
No, I'm saying he has been hurt with us for a full year, has he not? Jahan has been hurt for an extensive period of time, has he not?
Jahan got hurt a little bit last year.
Let's say you do put Curtis back there, and he does get hurt. Now, Jahan has to go back there.
Perfect.
That's another potential risk. Now you're going to be down to Yami, then you down to...
Okay, why do we act like it's not a potential risk when he's on offense? Why is that not a potential risk when he's on offense?
Bro, it's not much of a risk it's more of a risk on a kick return or a punt return than it is on offense.
Do we even know that? What's the how many times does a punt returner get hurt? Did DeAndre Carter? He played all year. Did he get hurt on a punt return?
Why are we bringing up these dudes?
Bro, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying these guys have a history that they've been hurt before. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, they're going to
Now,
get
you
hurt on
want
an
to say they
offensive
didn't
play
have a
then.
history, you will have a point. But Gibby has a history with that toe. Curtis has a history with that grown-up hamstring. And Jahan has a hamstring.
Okay, so playing him in the slot means that they won't get hurt?
All
right, go ahead, Protect.
Why not put Byron Pringle right there? Why are we arguing about Jahan and goddamn on Curtis when you have a dude that has a return history and takes to the crib on the damn roster? Why are we arguing about this? Put Byron Pringle back there. End discussion.
No.
Gosh, put Byron Pringle.
Byron Pringle's more explosive than Curtis? Byron Pringle's more explosive than Curtis.
No.
Exactly.
But,
It's not in the discussion.
He gets in the end zone, right? He makes plays, right?
So who do you think would be the better punt returner, Curtis or Pringle?
Byron Pringle.
Who's more valuable?
So no. That's not what I asked. Who's the better? So you think Brian Pringle is the better one?
No.
Maybe he is. I have to look at it more. Maybe he is. Maybe Brian Pringle is the best return man I've ever seen in my life. I don't know.
He ain't down say all.
I have no idea.
But
I've seen Curtis in the open field. I've seen him put dudes in blenders. Because this guy can make dudes miss. And that's what I want. My best open field dudes out there.
The punt returning, though.
Huh?
I don't always equate to good.
100%. Open field abilities are open field abilities. They can see the field better than anybody else, and they make dudes miss in open field, and they take things to the house. Jamison Crowder. How important was Jamison Crowder to that 2016 offense or 2015? And yet he was a punt returner, and he took it to the house against the Ravens when we won 17-10.
Curtis, though.
Very important.
Yeah, we put Jamison Crowder back there.
No, Jamison Crowder was extremely important to that offense in that slot.
He was a slot receiver, yeah.
He was very important.
I said injuries. Was he injury prone?
Jamison Crowder
is he as
if you're injury prone, you're injury prone. You're gonna get hurt.
Is he as elusive as Curtis? Yes or no?
Who?
Jamison Crowder? No.
Okay.
No, of course not. That's why I want Curtis
is more likely to pull something at kick returner than he would just running a regular offense. Because you're actually making more cuts and moves as you're going. Are you not?
Dude, he's going to be in the slot all year. He better be making cuts every time he's on the field. He's going to be making cuts all year long. If he can't make cuts without getting hurt, then he needs to just be cut. Because he's going to be making cuts all year long, and he's going to get hurt. Just cut him now. Save the money.
I will say this. I will say this. Back to Juan's initial question.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap who's back there, but I don't know why no one's talking about Byron Pringle like he hasn't done it before.
I don't know. What is the stats as a return man? All right, I'll look it up. I don't remember what he did as a return man.
Cass Allen has shown nothing as a daggone wide receiver that makes you want to make him keep on roster spot. He's done nothing.
We might keep seven. We might keep seven though. They want to give Cass Allen the best opportunity to make this roster. I would not be surprised if we kept 7 receivers. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I won't be surprised either. Now, if you keep 7, there's an argument. But even if you keep 7, I can name 7 receivers on this roster better than Casimir Allen.
Shoot, give me. I think I'd probably take Bryson Tremaine. I like what I saw from him.
I like Bryson Tremaine too.
I'm not gonna lie.
If I had 7 receivers right now,
Mitch Tinsley, bro. We ain't even talking about Mitch Tinsley.
Tinsley never got.
I'm not gonna lie.
He don't bring that on special teams. That's why I ain't bring him up.
I just want to see the look on your face.
I will
one of them were to get hurt playing kick return on punt return. What would you say out your mouth?
What would I say?
Ben Diami.
What you gonna say?
What would I say? I would say, dang, that sucks that he got hurt.
Yeah.
Playing football. What he gets paid to do.
What about Marcus Kemp? He brings you special teams prowess. He's a freaking gunner.
Okay, so Byron Pringle had 1 touchdown for kick return.
Cam Sims clone.
In 3 years. On 37 attempts.
You might as well if that's the case, Tim, you might as well put Justin Jefferson back there. Put Justin Jefferson back there. Devontae
he's
put them all back there.
I don't know about JJ.
It's football.
I wouldn't put Terry back there because Terry's not that kind of guy either. I don't know if JJ's is JJ really that kind of a dude that's like open field? Like he's a tremendous route runner. He's unbelievable hands, but he's not like Antonio Brown. Like the shiftiness and high speed, right? Like Curtis runs a 4.31 40. That's what I want to put in the open field. That's the kind of guy I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, I love bringing up that conversation because Tim's so passionate about it. I love it, man. But
I mean, you want to put Han back there, cool. I personally
no,
I personally don't
John's
care.
too valuable. I love John.
I'm only putting
Dude,
Han back.
I hate how you guys say it's too valuable as if it's not an important play.
I'm about to say.
I mean,
I'm only putting him back there if we're in desperate measures and we're desperate for a play.
hey, look, Tim.
Special situations, you could put Han back there.
Hey,
you
look,
Tim.
Tim.
Back there. I wouldn't. I'm not opposed to it. But it's not just every daggone week. But yes.
And look, according to the NFL, you see what they trying to do. It's clearly not important to them. They trying to take it out the game, dang near.
It's not taking it out
real. So I mean, you can't be mad at me for going against the core to the NFL. They trying to get rid of it for real. They trying to. So I mean,
ain't no more Devin Hesters.
Again, like I said, I understand where you're coming from. You wanna. My only thing is, only time I want Curtis Samuel back there, Jahan.
Wait, did Tyreek Hill ever return kicks?
Yeah, but I don't think.
Does he do it now?
I think it was. I think only time Tyreek Hill went back there was when they needed some type of spark or something. That's what I'm saying. If Curtis Samuel, I was just about to say that if we need a spot, Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dawson back there, but that's my primary punt returner every game. No, because they're too valuable to this team. I don't. And again, I guess you're right. I guess I don't hold punt returning to a high regard because it's not often that we get these major kick returns from our team. And maybe even across the league, because unless you're Cordell Patterson, unless you're Jamal Agnew, unless you're Kayvon Turpin or Kavon Turpin, how often are you getting 40+ to kick punt returns, yardage or whatnot? It's not often. So again, I'll much rather, as much as you hate me saying, not hate me, but hate the thought of taking a fair catch at the 15-20. That's what's more likely to happen on, let's say, 60% of these punts across the league.
Yeah, I don't care who returns a punt when it's being caught inside the 10. I don't care. You put literally Nick Gates back there. I really don't care because there is not going to be a return. I'm talking about the ones that matter. The ones that are being kicked or punted from their own 20, and they're probably going to punt it to your 25, and now you have an opportunity to have an open field run where it actually will turn something around. And everybody's afraid to put Curtis in that situation, or Jahan in that situation, when Tyreek Hill in 2018 was returning punts. We're talking Tyreek Hill. We're talking
that's what I'm saying.
1,600-yard receiver or whatever it is.
You're saying we're afraid to put him in doing those kind of things. If it's that kind of moment, I wouldn't be mindful. I wouldn't mind.
Cool.
But that's not happening. That's not happening.
I don't care about the other one.
The other one is more likely to happen more than us getting the ball on plus territory, returning from plus territory. It's more likely for us to get a fair catch inside our 10, 15, 20 than it is what you just said. So again, I'm not opposed to it happening if we.
No, he's even more pissed.
But
sorry, I read it coming.
You're good. But what I was just about to say was when it's just like the typical, I'm fine with that. That's all. So I guess more of the story. You're right. I do disvalue the kick return game, probably because it's so rare that happens for us. I haven't had that excitement for kick return since what? Brandon Banks. I mean, Jamison Crowder was cool, but nice. Brandon Banks was the last time I got real excitement. Anytime. I mean, DeAndre Carter was cool, but he only had one.
Yeah, he still was making some shake though.
So I mean,
we should never have let him go either. That was dumb.
Yeah, I wanted to bring him back, but I think he left because he wanted to become more of a receiver threat, and we wasn't doing.
He was eating hit.
Yeah, but I'm saying we weren't. I guess we weren't going to do that. We're going in a total direction.
DeAndre Carter was an Iowa.
But with that being said, though, fellas, my guys, we're always. Y'all know y'all always on the channel, and y'all gonna be on it much more. Same for or 3 rather, not including myself and Pedro sometimes. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Make sure you guys go watch Tim's new film review. We'll go around the horn quickly, letting everybody say their little outro, where to find you, and then we'll get up out of here. Start with my guy, Tim. Go ahead, Tim. Take it away.
Tim with the Tim Sports Talk on YouTube. Go ahead and I'm solo dolo here. No, yeah, and I just dropped my defensive film review for the Ravens. It's the entire game for the defense. I made it pre-recorded instead of the live stream because there was a lot of filler and talking to comments and stuff, which was fun, but it does take away from the actual film review content, so I just put it in there as strictly just me watching through the film. It's a little under an hour long or so for the defense. I'm going to do one for the offense as well, but appreciate Juan Gotti for having me on. It was a lot of fun, and shout out Protech and Jairus as well. Thanks.
All right.
You can find me at the corner. At the corner. The link is in Juan Gotti's little description. At the corner. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Protech, go ahead, take it away, my guy.
Hey man, shout to Juan. Shout out to Juan, man. Y'all know we rocking, man. Go subscribe to One Guy Talking Sports. You ain't done so. Go subscribe to the 10 Sports Talk and the Corner, and subscribe to my channel known as the Protect Sports Network. Or now I've changed the name to PSN Commanders Network. We talk all Washington Commanders. We ramble and argue and all that about our beloved Washington Commanders. Go ahead and subscribe to my second channel, Life of Tone. If y'all want reaction videos and story times and all that non-football stuff, go subscribe over there. We do a lot of good stuff on the Life of Tone channel as well. Go follow me on Instagram at Protect Sports Network _ and go follow me on Instagram at A Life of Tone _ Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay safe. And y'all stay blessed, man. Y'all have a good evening, man. And shout out to Juan. Juan's the man with the plan. Catch you on the next one. Phone now.
All righty, so with that being said,
do this again, man. We're the next round table, bro.
Hey, we gonna get something together, man. Y'all already know, man. Y'all gonna be on this jump. Y'all gonna be on this jump whenever.
We can do it before week 1 on my channel. We can run this back on my channel if y'all like.
Hit me up anytime y'all want me to come on y'all channel or whatever. Just hit me up. Let me know.
I got all y'all numbers. I'll put y'all on.
It's Tim Turner had one. Tim ain't had one in I don't know how long.
A brick.
With that being said, though, it's been boy Juan Gotti. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. We're so close to 6,000. And make sure you guys subscribe to my fellas. Links will be down below in the description.
Shout out to that song, too. I'll be playing it in my car.
Hey, appreciate that. See y'all next time.
I'll be playing that in my car.
Peace.
20 years, you know we back. No one smarter, one McLaurin, one forward with the passion. You know we scoring. FedEx field bag lit, no it is not boring. John Allen lead the troops, yeah you know we storming. Burgundy and gold in my veins, yeah I bleed that. St. Jude saw the ball, grab a pig, yeah I need that.